titles.
Yes, I just fixed it now. So I gave ourselves 15 minutes, but I can change it if you like. You want to start in 5 minutes now?
That's fine. Like, let's talk about what you wanna stream.
Okay.
I guess.
All right.
Are we already live?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Yeah, we're cramming.
Oh, man. We're just waiting to see what kind of shit people are going to be throwing our way. All right, now. Come
Well-
on. Everything work, please.
Yeah.
Please.
First, let's see if the stream is up, like how it is.
All right, so chat is working here on the phone.
Awesome.
Uh-huh. It's going to make it so this never turns off.
We are on all platforms, right? Facebook, YouTube,
Yep,
Twitch,
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer.
Mixer too.
There was a problem with Mixer before, but it was
Yeah.
just because they changed some things on their end in the back end. So
Oh.
I went through their mandatory like know your customer thing,
Okay.
and that
Okay.
should be working now from now on.
Okay. All right. That's a relief. So yeah. So where are we? We are in fully booked BGC.
Yes, they call this space the top shelf, which you guys can't see yet because we're still in our countdown menu. But trust me, when you see it, it's gonna look pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool event space. Medium sized. You know, I don't know. Like, is it? You're the one with more events experience. Is
I
it
would
small,
say
big?
this is medium.
Medium?
Yeah, this is medium size. I mean, it's not like an events floor, an events hall like the SM Mega Station or the Mega Hall, but this is
Mega
a lot.
Station.
Mega Station. This is a lot bigger than what we're used to, honestly.
And
Uh-huh.
yeah, like the event here today is Ready Level 1. It's a collaboration. Well, it's by Adventures Anonymous Manila and being hosted by Fully Booked, right?
Yep,
Here
yep.
in BGC.
That's right.
So why is it ripping off the why is the event name ripping off that famous like book turned blockbuster movie?
Well, they're calling it Ready Level 1 because this event is actually for beginners to Dungeons & Dragons. They want to invite people who have not played Dungeons & Dragons before or who have only had a little bit of experience to try and get their feet wet
Okay.
into the role-playing scene.
And since we're covering this event, like I guess like since people can't see yet, like exactly what it looks like. I guess it's gonna be. We'll reveal it shortly. But what can they expect from our stream today?
They can expect us to just talk about Dungeons and Dragons in general. We kind of want this to be a companion to the actual event space
Yeah.
where they're playing games. I want to try and give a little bit more background to Dungeons and Dragons as a hobby, and also get some insight from the players and DMs here who have not played Dungeons and Dragons before. You know, we kind of want to interview them and ask them
Yeah.
how their first game went.
What do you
and-
think, percentage-wise, of this crowd of the people who showed up here to play? How many of them do you think it's not just their first time playing D&D, but their first time playing RPGs at all?
I think it's a fairly large percent. It's safe
Yeah.
to say that
Almost all.
RPG playing in general is still a very niche hobby.
Yeah.
Even though D&D is the most popular,
Uh-huh.
I guess you could say system to play, it's still a very, very, very small amount in the grand scheme of things. I compare that to mobile gamers or even gamers in general. There's, I think there's like at least 2 to 1, right?
Right.
Let me just fix the camera.
Sure. I saw you playing footsie with it earlier.
Yeah, you saw the right. You're covered by.
Okay. That's good. Okay. Turn it slightly more towards the left. Stop. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, it's still covering your face. Come on, man.
There.
All right.
I just took a sip from my Coke.
I'm out of focus. Can you sit here?
Sure. I am testing JP's mic.
Why are you still in focus?
You were leaning back slightly, maybe. It's dark. Ooh, technical camera voodoo. Which I know nothing about. I'm just the sound guy over here at Dicecast. Well, it being the pre-stream, do let us know like how the sound quality is. We are working with a couple of what are these Audio Technica, right? Audio Technica shotgun mics.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are ATR. Shoot, I forgot.
ATR
There you go.
7.
875Rs. AT875Rs.
Yeah, 88, 80, 80, 87, 875 Rs. They are shotgun mics. Usually we use dynamics, but like we're living on the edge today. It's hopefully
No,
it's
it's because of me. I fucked up today. I was supposed to
it's
bring
all
them.
right.
It's my bad.
It's all right. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. Let us know like if we need to fix anything like any spikes or when you can't hear us at all over the background. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think like we're pretty good on that. But yeah, in case of any audio mishaps, do let us know, and I'll do my best to fix it. Yeah. So where were we? So yeah, probably everyone here, almost everyone here, it's their first time playing any kind of tabletop role-playing game at all. Yeah.
Yep, that's the idea.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that as well. Like what's like how D&D is as a starter RPG,
Yep.
right?
Yep. We
Maybe
can talk
compared
about
to
that.
some other RPGs that we like.
Yeah, because like we mentioned before, D&D is not the only role-playing system out there. But
Right.
why would you choose it
Right.
to start with rather than any other system like World of Darkness or
L5R,
or fantasy? What is the one you're into
Symbaroum.
right now?
Forgotten Lands.
Forgotten
Lands.
Lands.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just troubleshooting something that's weirdly gone wrong with our stream right now. What is this? What
The
is
elements
going on?
Are out of
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
the preview window is not.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
Fuck. Jesus.
There you go.
There's something
That
wrong
was
with the
close.
world.
That was close.
There is something wrong with the world when Mark has more technical advice to say about the
About
overlay
OBS. Yeah.
and OBS than I do. All right, 8 minutes to start. I think I'm going to get something to drink. You want something? I'll get something for you, just so we stay hydrated during the stream.
This
It's
is
always important.
counterintuitive to hydrated, but if there's coffee,
Oh, wow, yeah, that is kind of counterintuitive. But sure, yeah, I'll ask around if there's coffee. I can get a Starbucks.
yeah,
Get something for you?
If you don't mind,
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
it hot or cold?
cold.
Just
so,
a
yeah,
cafe latte or an
Yeah.
Americano?
yeah.
Okay. All right, be right back.
Thanks, dude.
I'm going to leave my phone here because it's already configured for
Yes,
this.
just leave it. It's in good hands. Okay, so while JP's away, yeah. So it was. It was a. Let me tell you about my ride over my road to Ready Level 1. Well, those of you who watch Dicecast regularly, you guys know that I've recently been getting around the city using an electric scooter, an electric kick scooter. So, like one of those, not the motorcycle type ones, but the ones that you stand on upright, right? With an electric motor. Lets me zip through traffic between cars, on sidewalks, relatively unscathed and unimpeded by Metro Manila traffic. I really think it's a great solution, especially like for short to medium commutes. Like within 20 kilometers, and if you have time to charge, and all the better. So, yeah, I suffered my first wipeout today. So yeah, I hit. One of the disadvantages of this mode of transport is that the wheels are pretty small. So usually it's minor annoyances like the roads being extra bumpy, but it also makes it that extra wobbliness. If it gets bad enough, it can make you lose control really of your vehicle, of your ride, and that's what happened to me. Like I hit what is pretty much a long rut, a long and deep rut on the shoulder of the road, and I lost control. Rolled a couple of times on the 8 asphalt, And yeah, but otherwise, yeah, other than like a sore right side, because that's what caught my fall uh, before I could really like roll with the impact. Yeah, I'm okay. So thank God for that. And good thing that the car that was right behind me had the mindfulness to brake. So yeah. So right now that yeah, just that's why JP is like taking good care of me. Good friend, that guy. Getting being so willing to get me coffee, and yeah. So we're here. We're Dicecast, and um, you know, rock and roll. We're gonna cover this event, hell or high water. Okie dokie. I am gonna start sharing uh, some of these posts over on Facebook. Oops. Checking mic check. Checking mic check. Check mic. Check mic. Check mic. Man, I wish OBS had a way for us to um, control the noise gate a bit. Actually, let's try. Let us try enabling noise suppression and see how that does. Check mic. Checking. Checking microphone. Check. check microphone. Check mic. Check. Check. Okay. Check mic. All right. Check. Check. Check microphone. Okay. Let's get these filters sorted out. Um. Okie dokie. Thank you. Okay. This I think for once I am going to use noise suppression on yeah. So there's a chance that this is gonna give us some artifacting, but it's worth the risk.
What's worth the risk, Mark?
I put a noise suppression filter
Okay.
on OBS. I
Yeah.
don't really like using it, but
Me neither. But it does a pretty good job for just a click button solution.
yeah,
So
yeah. Which one is mine?
the smaller one. It's just pumpkin. I got myself a pumpkin spice.
Feeling fancy today.
Feeling super fancy today. It's a special occasion. All right, so I was thinking later when I go around the tables, we need some sort of signal because I can't hear you from
Yeah.
that far. So like maybe you can thumbs up when you want me to move to another table, or yeah, like that's another table. Thumbs up is like we're done.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
And then I told so Hey Meepling is our first sponsor. We actually have a critical kit pack of D&D essentials, which we're going to be raffling off over the course of the next couple weeks. And Hey Meepling's provided that. They are going to be coming up here later to just talk about their experience here at the event and also a little bit about what they do and what they
Nice.
sell. And I told them, they can, whenever they're ready, they can just come stand by here, and then we'll end whatever spiel, or we'll start to slow down whatever spiel we have going on, and then invite them into my seat, where they can talk a little bit about what they are doing
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on.
Sounds
good.
Before we do everything, I guess we have a chance to just. I guess let's post this over on like Philippine Tabletop.
Yeah.
And so on.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So you have the keyboard. We are essentially doing co-op Facebook right now. There you go. Mark on the keyboard, JP on the mouse. This one, here we go. All right, what do you want to say about it? Are you already formulating in your head what you want our copy to be?
No, yeah, just invite everyone to tune in to Ready, the
All right.
live stream of Ready Level 1.
Shoot, I'm not part of this group. Is it not private?
Oh, man. I don't
Oh,
know.
dang.
It's public. It's public.
It's public. Okay, so I can just join. Join us my page.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's okay.
what is this? Which rule seems important to you and why?
It's
Okay,
all right.
never
Oh, well.
mind. Maybe you can post it from your phone.
My phone doesn't have internet.
Okay, you can join this internet. The one that my hotspot is making.
Oh. Okay. Top shelf. Oh, I tried, but like
It's
it was
called,
telling
here
me-
you go. Here's the details. I'm not going to say it out loud because someone might be listening, but these are the details.
Okay. Sweet. Thank you.
Troubleshooting live on stream. It is what we do at
All right,
Dicecast.
sweet.
Oh yeah, every single day. That's okay.
Maybe we should reposition that.
Maybe we should just not use it.
Yeah. Or have it pointing, JP. JP, have it pointing there.
It's not connected to the computer.
Oh, okay. Oh God. All right, we will be live very shortly. Just some last minute troubleshooting on our part. Isn't this hilarious? Isn't this why you tune in to watch us flounder? Um, you know, like the way friends do, the way friends witness each other's like little hiccups in life. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, so we're adding another camera to kind of be able to, um, for for us to showcase the floor, what's going on. Basically, where we're at, right in the middle. We're in between, the entryway where people ingress, with all the different vendors, the different partners, artist partners, and yeah. So registration tables, stuff like that. So people from Hey Meepling are here, Daisuki as well. We have Artist Alley, with people who will do character illustrations like right on the spot for y'all, for the people here to play. Yeah, a lot of them are first timers. I mean, all of them are first times to D&D, and presumably also to tabletop RPGs in general. So it's really like a full treatment here. You get dice, you get experience, like DMs who know what they're doing, and you get character art, like right off the bat. It's not bad. Like you see here, like there are parents with, there are people our age, I'm guessing, so like early 30s and stuff, people in their 20s, and also younger people, even kids like with their parents, making sure that it's all good fun, and it really is like it's pretty cool to see the variety of people who are here right now at Fully Booked BGC. Really, really cool.
It's a good thing they can't see what's going on.
Just yet, yeah, like the mad scramble.
Everything is just scrambling.
It's okay. It's all
But
good.
anyway, what's happening right now is ingress. I don't know if Mark was talking about
Yes,
this.
yeah.
It's like I barely hear you right next to me.
I was talking about like how like where we're positioned, like behind us. In front of us is the ingress, registration,
Right.
vendors, the cool people of Daisuki, as well as the artists of Artist Alley, and then behind us are the tables where people, where scores of level 1 adventurers will be gaming. Yeah.
They are literally creating their characters at that table over there.
Oh,
that's a character creation table. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. Very important part of the game. Because you want to like what you're playing, after all, right?
And I'm
You wanna like what
assuming,
you're
I mean, I
playing.
can't confirm for sure, but I'm assuming that what's going on there is some of the more experienced GMs are helping the players
Right.
out in creating their characters for the first
Right.
time.
Yeah, I think these are the Adventures Anonymous Manila GMs. I'm not completely sure, but these look like familiar faces from when we did Turn Undead and
Yep. Some of them do look familiar.
what's the other one? Turn Undead and
Action to Aid.
Action to Aid, yeah. So I think these are the Adventures Anonymous Vanilla peeps helping out, helping out these the newcomers to this lovely hobby of ours.
Right. Drink. There's 2 more bottles of water in here.
Thanks.
Whoop. That was probably audio hell
No,
for anyone
no.
listening in right now. Sorry about that.
All right. What do you say we get this show started?
Shall we?
Shall we? We
All right.
shall.
We shall. Or, and this might just me being a little more anal again.
What?
Do you want me to use the other lens for our face cam so that it picks up a wider area?
Sure. I mean, it's up to you. You're the video guy. I'm as good as I'm gonna get with the audio.
I'm so sorry.
Honestly,
I'm so sorry.
it's all right. Too far. Too wide. That looks good. Sorry? We're streaming. We're live streaming it. Not yet. We're about to go live. Yes, not just D&D. Like we do other tabletop RPGs also. Also board games, card games. So it's really like a tabletop enthusiast channel. No, we're partnering with Adventures Anonymous, with the people who put the event together, Adventures Anonymous Manila. So we're the media partners. It's called Dicecast. Yeah. Yes.
YouTube, Facebook, and
YouTube
Twitch,
page.
and Mixer.
Yeah. Please check us out.
Yeah, you can actually check
Yeah.
us out right now. We're currently live streaming, so this will be up on YouTube, Facebook, etc. You want to start it now?
Sure, let's
All
start
right,
now.
let's show what we got.
Let's show this gentleman. Yeah.
All right, everyone, we're about to start in 3, 2, 1. Transition. Boom.
You okay? Okay, same here. We're talking over the intro.
I know, we're doing it again. I can't stop. I can't quit you.
Welcome, ladies. Very special that we have here on the Chris Cam Show. Live at Top Shelf.
Ready level one.
Ready level one.
So again, I know, like, I crashed. So again, the score again is
It's not a great turnout. It has registers. But that doesn't account for any of the walk-ins. And switch over to our zone tab, which is the first time that we're doing this right now. So now but like that, you can see now, ingress, where people are actually signing up and creating, and they're very earnest on this practice. Because what ready level one is it's for new always like you can already see a little bit but and that's a bit about what maybe not tell, but showing you guys GM has there.
like if there's any like TPKs yet, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. I mean, that would
be an
suck.
interesting way to get started.
It would be. You know, it would be a very cautionary tale kind of way to get started. Like, you can't expect every DM
True.
to just be loosey-goosey with the rules, right?
No.
So I'm kind of curious about how each player's different experience across tables are going to be if we
Yeah.
get the chance to interview them.
I'm sure just like, there's lots of different DMing styles.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder like exactly like how they're doing this here, like what kind of DMing it is, are they like, are some, and is there going to be a variety of styles at each table, stuff like that. That's just interesting stuff to find out.
It'll be very interesting, and I mean, I hope that we get some players who are willing to come up here on stream live.
DMs too. DMs
Yeah,
too.
the
if you
DMs
can.
too.
Yeah.
We do know that some of the other partners and other sponsors who are part of Ready Level 1 are willing to come up here on stream to talk about, what they're doing here.
Yeah,
like
what's on
our
offer.
fellow sponsors, Hey Meepling.
Yes.
We've
yes.
had a few run-ins with them before. Not, how do you say that in a good way?
We've met.
We've crossed paths
We've crossed
with them
paths,
before
yeah.
and walked away better people.
Yes. I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
They are actually sponsoring a critical kit, which is a collection of D&D paraphernalia, notebook, paper-related paraphernalia, and a set of dice, to Dicecast Show, which we are going to be raffling off in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And I think we have a promo code on their store, which you can use if you ever buy something from Hey Meepling. But that we can talk about that later. For now, let's focus on what is going on right behind us.
Right. Are people starting?
Yeah, I think what has been going on is they've let people in who already have AL characters. I overheard this while walking back with
Yeah.
our coffees.
Yeah.
So people with AL characters are able to sit down at their tables that they've
Right
reserved. They might have already created characters as well with the DMs that they signed up under.
Right. So,
So they're-
pre-reg definitely had its advantages.
Right. So
Yeah.
they're just walking around and joining the tables that they have.
Yes. So to be clear, there's two forms of, two types of attendees here, right?
Mm-mm.
Like attendees who pre-registered, and then attendees who are walk-ins. So pre-registered attendees got to sign up for a specific table, specific time slot, right? And they paid. They shelled out early. But there are also tables here for walk-in participants.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to the stream and you're not here yet, but you want to be, there's not all hope is lost. You could still drop by. You never know. A slot at one of the walk-in tables could open up, And yeah, like you could try D&D.
Our very own DM Lance actually had to pull out of his logistics and administrative duties, administrative duties here because he's here representing Adventures Anonymous, doing the actual running of the event. He had to step down from that to run an extra table, which they put up just impromptu for the walk-ins.
Wow. So yeah, I guess the turnout is really good then. Like it's bigger than anticipated if that's the case, right? Because I think we were hoping to get Lance over here, but if he's busy, like more power to him. It looks like they all have their hands full, but in the best way. In the best way. Like there's so many people here just stoked to play D&D. Like you can, like I'm looking over at the character creation table right now, and it looks like they're already having fun. They're into making these first choices on their road to adventure in what is it? This is, I guess they're going to Forgotten Realms, right?
Yes, they're doing this is an AL module. I think they have their pick of several Adventures League modules.
Right.
I don't know the specifics. Maybe we can ask Lance later if we can grab a free minute from him.
Right.
But yeah, they're all creating Adventures League legal characters to run in Faerun, and I think one of the tables is actually running an AL published adventure that was created by a local game designer.
Oh, Paul Gabat.
Yes.
Yeah, Paul Gabat of the Greasy Snitches. I think it's Breath of the Dragon or Dragon's Breath. I think that's the name of this adventure.
I'm gonna pull it up right now on our browser. Let me see if I can find it. We wanted to do Adventures Anonymous. Or you know what? Here. Boom. Rivius. Where's my... You know what? I'm really not missing Facebook. I'm kind of glad I quit it all those months ago. Here we go. Ready level 1. And we'll look for their registration form, which is probably in the details, right? Up. Discussion. There we go. Choo.
So yeah, Paul Gabat is a member of another group of events organizers and GMs and enthusiasts who run events. Not just D&D actually, they also run a bunch of stuff for other games.
Oh yeah,
like
all
they've
sorts
done
of
L5R,
role-playing games.
Call of Cthulhu, and yeah, it just goes to show like how nice the scene is here, like
and how diversified the scene is. Yeah,
it's nice to see people playing nice with each other. Like us two, we're coming up with some content soon that should you'll see different personalities from different parts of the local gaming community. It'll be a game stream as well, but we'll have more on that later on, sometime towards the middle of the month of October. So
I'm actually excited about all of the events that are happening, and I wish we could cover them all. It's just an issue of manpower. There's only two of us actually doing the events. We have a lot of behind the scenes backup, but when it comes to actually being at the streams, it's just Mark and me.
Yeah.
Which is why I hope that doing this and the stream that we held a couple months ago over at Green Sun for Session 0 actually encourages people, more local RPG fans and DMs and players to actually give, live streaming tabletop a chance.
Yeah.
Because it's not as hard as it seems. I mean, maybe if you look at the stuff that we have in front of us, it might look a little intimidating, but you don't need all of this stuff to get started.
Yeah. Very true. Like really, like once you've got your settings set in OBS, it's just as simple as opening it up and hitting start stream, and that's
Pretty
it.
much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of there's some initial work, and after that you're good to go. Yeah. So, where were we? So we were gonna say. So what stuff we can look forward to this stream is, we're gonna have some. JP's gonna be going around the floor. He's gonna be giving you guys an up close and personal look at what is going on at each table. We're also going to be featuring some of the partners here. uh, the other partners of Adventures Anonymous, including Amy playing. Hope maybe like if we can grab another one too, like a player or a DM as well to interview about like,
Ideally,
what they've
yes.
done.
I'd really like for us
Yeah.
to talk to the actual attendees of the
Yes.
event because we're here as media, and we're not going to really have the same experience that these guys are.
Yeah.
And I would like to get a beginner's insight on what D&D, what it's like to get into D&D now,
Yes.
because it's so different nowadays
Yeah,
than it was before.
What was your first brush with D&D? I think it was third ed, right?
Yes, my first brush with D&D was third edition. It was very number crunchy. It was still, I mean, it's still niche now, but it was even
Yeah.
more so back then. There was Paul Gabat actually,
Just walking by.
just
casually.
walking by casually. It was very, very hard to find people to play D&D with in
Very
the
true.
past.
Very true.
And there were certainly not events like these when we
Yeah.
were still playing in high school and college even.
Yeah, it's really it's a great time. Like the hobby has never been more vibrant,
Right.
bigger, more diverse as well.
Mm-hmm.
It goes without saying, there's a lot more RPGs out there than D&D. But yeah, D&D is the special, the special, the special feature of the day, I guess. So yeah, why don't we celebrate D&D? Yeah, we should be celebrating D&D really, and like why it is a good RPG for people to get started on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, like right off the top of my head, it's a great starter RPG because just the setting, right? It's very like core fantasy. It's
Yes.
Tolkien-esque.
Yes.
Like you get it right away. Like there's elves, there's dwarves, there's orcs, and
I mean, some people might consider it too vanilla, but it is vanilla for a reason. This is the game and the setting that started it all, so to speak. It was heavily inspired by Tolkien, like what you said, and built upon that. And in fact, a lot of what you hear as fantasy tropes from other places, not just other role-playing games, but even other works of fiction, stem from D&D.
right.
Like the entire Baldur's Gate series, you wouldn't have any of that if there wasn't the D&D lore or the D&D setting to play in.
Even games like like Mass Effect, right? Mass Effect, Jedi Knights of the Old Republic, these are games that borrow heavily from D&D. Like Mass Effect might not seem like it because it's set in outer space, it's sci-fi, but it's something that you can easily transplant to the fantasy setting.
I'm trying to get my wife to come over to this side of the table
Hi, Trish.
so that she can say goodbye. I'll go over there. You
All
handle
right.
it first.
Yeah. So, what a sweet guy JP is. So yeah, D&D. The setting is like one definite benefit. It's instantly familiar. It's easy, to pick up and play with, not just for the players, but for the GMs as well, because people are so familiar with the tropes, with the tropes and the stories that you can tell in this setting, that it can be pretty easy. Now that doesn't mean that D&D can't get very complex, very layered, but yeah, like at its at its very basic form, it serves its purpose. Like people can just put a character together and just start the game after, of course, after learning the rules for a bit. Something broke. All right. I was worried for a moment because one of our tripods just broke. But yeah, if JP's like one of the best at jury rigging stuff, so it's in good hands. Okay, so what else makes D&D a great like start game for people just getting into tabletop RPGs. I would say this could be both a good and a bad thing, or not a bad thing, but both a pro and a con. There are lots of options when creating characters. Um, I mean, on one hand, you can create virtually any fantasy character you want to make, which is great. And on the other, it can be, you know, there's such thing as choice paralysis. There's such a thing as choice paralysis, and that can happen. God knows, like to give you guys a bit of context, I started with a D&D second edition. That's the older, like just before Third Ed, where you had, like I guess the most popular part of the system would be THACO, right? To hit AC 0. It's not in any way a modern RPG. It's definitely a classic way of playing D&D, and that's how I started, largely because I had older brothers, and yeah, same thing before. Like I would. It can be a bit daunting, the amount of choices for characters, more so these days with the breadth of choices that you get in 5th edition when starting out.
You're talking about the differences between earlier editions and now?
I'm talking about I raised I like another point for why D&D is a good starter RPG. I was saying that it's both a pro and a con, but being able to build the variety of choices you have when creating characters can be both a good and a bad thing. Like I don't know about you, but whenever I introduce people to D&D, I do it with pre-gens. I never have them, if it's their first time playing RPGs at all, I don't have them create a character.
Right.
But the caveat is that after the first session, they're free to make their own, right?
Yeah, I
or
think
to continue with because it can be a bit daunting. Character creation can be a bit daunting.
now that I think about it, I think that's how I've done it as well for every system, not just Dungeons and Dragons, but like Simba Room. We worked
Yeah.
with pre-gens extensively there. Even
when I ran Star Wars.
when you
for
ran
guys.
Star Wars, Stars Without Number. Wait, no, we never played Stars
yeah.
Without Number. The other star one,
Coriolis.
Coriolis.
yeah.
Yeah, all of that was pre-gen characters.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, but with D&D specifically, right?
Mhm.
Like choosing what do you call this? Having like three types of character archetypes.
Okay.
Right off the bat, it can be. How many classes are there in D&D?
Oh man,
Is it 12?
it might be 12. Let's see if we can
Okay.
count them off.
All right. Warriors first.
Fighter.
Paladin.
Yeah, Pally,
Barbarian.
Rogue,
Rogue. Ranger.
Ranger. So then Monk.
Monk.
We've got Cleric,
Druid.
Druid, Sorcerer, Wizard, Warlock,
What are we missing?
What are we
I feel
missing?
like there's a 12th one.
Bard.
Bard.
The best one.
Always sleeping on the bard. So
I
yeah,
think
there's
that's
12.
all of it. Yeah.
Soon to be joined by the Artificer, I guess. For those of you into Eberron.
That's going to be fun to
That's
play
gonna be
as. You want to make a duo Artificer party? Like the two of us just being Artificers?
Just making shit. And,
We'll be the
you know-
Mythbusters.
Oh, I like that.
The Mythbuster Artificer.
Yeah.
We go out and solve and disprove all sorts of assumptions all throughout Faerun.
Well, it's Eberron, so it's
Eberron, right.
Yeah. But yeah, that sounds like fun. But yeah, basically, it just seems like a lot of choice to deal with, doesn't it? Is that a good thing for you or a bad thing? Is that a pro or a con? Like when you're running
Ultimately,
D&D?
I think more choice is a good thing.
Right.
But there is analysis paralysis, and that's present in anything, not just gaming, not just role playing, and not just D&D.
Right.
But having more choice allows you to
Eventually, yeah.
create your own. Like you can see,
Yeah.
you can see what is possible given
Yeah.
what's already there, and from there, if you're a creative soul, or you want to be a little bit more unique,
Mm-hmm.
you can see what is possible in terms of homebrew.
Right. What do you think is the best class? I'm assuming a lot of these tables have 4 or 5 players, right?
In the sign-up sheet when it was still available,
Yeah.
I saw that the minimum amount of players was 5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a great starting? Is there such a thing as a great starting party configuration in D&D? 5e anyway?
I definitely think there are classes that are more suited to beginners who don't have to worry about micromanaging all sorts of different resources like spell slots,
Right.
and other daily or per short rest use abilities. So with that in mind, I think the fighter, especially at the lower levels,
Uh-huh.
the fighter, the rogue, the barbarian, and maybe the ranger at low levels, maybe below level 5, are the best choices for players who are just getting started with D&D.
Why? I noticed there's a huge lack of cleric and wizard in there. Why is that?
Only because of spell slots. I think that if the player has played games before in general, not just role-playing games, but any kind of game,
Right.
maybe they're already equipped with the common sense gamer knowledge that would help you manage and micromanage your other resources, your non hit point or immediate non-secondary statistic resources,
Yeah.
so to speak, your class features and your spells, because those things, just by design of the character sheet, are not front and center to the player. Right? If we're looking at the default Dungeons and Dragons character sheet,
Yeah.
that kind of information is on page 2 or 3.
True. That's true. That's true. Man, I never considered that.
You have to take into account design, like not just the game design, but how you
The
present
book.
the information of your
Yeah.
character to your player when you're making a game, because that will determine, or that will subconsciously make the player think what is important and what is not.
Yeah. That's a good point. I never really thought of that before. So yeah, I guess that's why that's why I personally really gravitate towards playing, exactly, fighters, rangers. When I played D&D with Dicecast for the first time, that was my first time in a long time playing a spellcasting class. I had Warlock already. Warlock's a bit of a hybrid thing already as
kind
it
of,
is.
yeah.
But that was already a bit of a big jump for me, playing as Yama in our campaign. And not just at level 1, but
Right.
starting out level 5.
Yeah, you already had a lot of your major class features at that point.
Yeah. Holy shit.
That's why I prefaced it before level 5, those 4 classes, the fighter, barbarian, rogue, and ranger,
Uh-huh.
I think are the best for a player to start with. Because after level 4, that's when things get a little more diversified for those martial classes. I guess you can even throw monk in there to begin with.
Oh, it gets a bit,
it gets
Monk
crazy.
gets a bit saucy.
Yeah, they get super saucy at the higher levels.
Yeah.
But at level 4 and below, all of the martial classes kind of feel samey.
True. Except for
Rogue, maybe.
because you have sneak
Yeah,
attack.
yeah, because you have sneak attack, and you get one of your most crucial class features at level 2.
Right.
The ability to use bonus actions for a whole bunch of other stuff.
To hide,
Yeah.
to disengage.
Yeah.
That is
And dash.
Yeah. That is a fun trait.
A lot of people like to double dip into Rogue just up to level 2 to be able to open themselves up to that possibility, to give themselves those extra bonus
Okay.
action uses.
So, I guess a lot of these people here are starting out D&D, playing Adventures League material. We started out D&D playing homebrew,
Yep.
or published campaigns,
Yep.
hardcovers, or even softcover,
those were the
published
days.
material. What do you think is the difference? I've never played Adventures League. Maybe I should be playing here.
You know what? If you want,
Maybe I should sign up.
Let's see if we can pull out a GM and just throw a game for the two of us,
We'll
Colbert
see.
style.
I've never played Adventures League, but it's something that always, I'm always curious about it because this is a format of D&D that is completely,
Foreign to you.
foreign to me.
Right. I have to admit that I also don't have much experience with Adventures League, and there goes my voice. But the one time I did play it, it feels more structured.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be because
to
the
be.
whole appeal of Adventurers League, the major draw, the one reason why you would want to play Adventurers League over Homebrew would have to be the ability to use your character across various systems. I
Right.
mean, not systems, across various tables.
Right.
Other GMs who are not your friend pack run of the mill go to GM can GM your character in an adventure and have no problem running it.
I think the idea is that, like for a lot of people, like the sad reality of it is, you're not always gonna be with the gaming group you grew up with.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
People move cities, people move countries, and what Adventures League is trying to do, well, one of the things it aims to do is to just give every player around the world a home
Right.
that they can go to, right? Like any gaming shop that runs AL, any event organizer like AA Manila, Greasy Snitches, Loeb that does AL events, like you can find a place to play.
That's right.
So that's what these people here behind us are stepping into.
Yep.
Is this like something you wish we would have had back then?
I mean,
Would you prefer?
for me, I would have preferred always keeping it a little bit private. You know,
Uh-huh.
I'm very, very picky when it comes to friends. So I
Yeah,
don't
you're a
know.
very private person.
Yeah, I'm a super private person.
Yeah.
And here I am streaming in front of God knows how
It's
many people are
different. It's
watching.
different.
It's different.
It's different.
It's different. Okay.
It's different.
This streaming is for me. No, it's different. The idea of jumping between various DMs every game or every other game, it doesn't really jive with me. But I
Uh-huh.
can see how it's necessary.
Yeah.
In today's
modern
role-playing-
problems
yeah.
require modern solutions.
Exactly. So this is the only way that some people will be able to play the game at all, be able to play D&D at all.
Right.
And as much as it doesn't really click with me, if these guys are able to play the game by doing it, then more power to them. I'm all for it.
Very true. Very true.
But that said, that's not to downplay or to talk down on any of the GMs here who are doing it for the benefit
Not
of
at
all of the
all,
players.
not at
No,
all.
it's as hard as it is for me as a player to jump to 3 GMs. Imagine how hard that is for a GM,
Yeah.
right?
That's so
to
true.
have to cycle through not
To be
just
able to-
1 and 2 or a couple of players a table, but entirely new tables with entirely new adventures.
and still make sure that every player that comes through them, like having the goal of making it fun for every player that comes to their table,
right,
right? Like catering to that variety of people. It's a tough task. It's something
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing either.
Different strokes for
Um,
different folks, and you
yeah.
have to be able to recognize that as a GM. If you can't, you might throw a situation at a player or throw players at a situation that might sit well with the majority of it, but let's say it's a trigger for someone in particular, and that's something that with a close-knit group or a GM that you've been with for months or years would probably not be an issue. You can talk to them, right? You can feel comfortable to talk to them and tell them, hey, this isn't cool. But how do you do that with veritable strangers?
Right.
Right.
That's
So-
well, that's why there's there's movements right now in the industry, trying to make sure that everyone feels safe when gaming. Like the most popular ways to do that, I guess that we've heard of, and I implement some of them are the X card or Lines and Veils, or even just having a session 0. It helps, and events like this, organizations like AA Manila, Greasy Snitches, and Loeb, they have a code of conduct.
Yep.
Gamers
Yep.
and GMs too. Like these organizations have a code of conduct that is meant to really safeguard the experience
Yes.
for players who attend these events. So while it might we're old fogies, I guess to us,
That's
we're
one way
still
of putting it,
adapting.
yeah.
Well, we are dads. We're still getting used to this whole idea of playing at events like this, stuff like AL. But yeah, it seems like a very progressive thing.
Yeah.
It's modern solution to a modern problem of where to find the freaking gaming table
Yeah.
in Manila that's super traffic.
And it's not perfect. It's not perfect. Not everyone is going to want to attend these, and
Right.
even the ones that do might walk away with different experiences,
Right.
which we hope to capture in interviews. But this is a first step, I would say, at trying to build a better community. Because in order to build a better community, first of all, we need to have one.
You need people.
We need people.
You
right?
need butts in the seats.
Yes, we need warm, gross, farty seats.
With grooves worn into them.
With
Yes.
to fill the space and to actually have a community to improve.
Yes,
All right.
that's so true. So,
So,
yeah,
It's
like
quieted down a little bit, I think.
I think it's settling down a bit. Like
Right,
people are
right.
getting into the meat of things. I can see some die rolling going on,
Right.
Or rather, people like starting to open their dice packs, and getting ready to roll some dice.
Now, over at the character registration table, there's still a few people waiting to even sit down.
right.
So
Oh, those are what are those sheets of paper everyone's holding?
those are the character sheets.
Ah.
Yeah, I can recognize the design a little bit. You want me to go over there? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Please do.
Do you want me to go over there and see what's going on?
Sure.
And you
Yeah.
can commentate and just
Yeah.
give me hand signals on what to do.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to be right back, guys. Got a roving
So-
camera. This is a new thing. We don't know if it's going to work.
All right, gonna hit transition. Bring it over to our roving camera, which should be active in a bit. And there we go. So we are looking at character creation. We've got some official character sheets here. Players are being guided through creating characters by one of the by the members of Adventures Anonymous Manila. Yeah. They've got everything they need, which is essentially Mongol pencils and the character sheets themselves. Nice. And it looks like, I guess they have like some kind of prompts. Descriptions of character classes. Right? We saw there a card for Ranger, I guess like as a quick reference for what people can expect from that playing that character class. Man, everyone's so hard at work. But the DMs anyway look like they're so hard at work, and players look like they're having an immersive time here.
I have no idea how that went. How did it go?
It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like I guess they have like character class cards.
Yes,
right?
they do. So from what I gathered over there, they've got all of the information for the basic classes all laid out in pretty large cards. I think you probably saw one or two on the stream. So people who are sitting down are already speaking one-on-one with an organizer, just talking about how to create their character and what idea they want to translate into paper.
Okay.
So it's very, very, hands-on, very, very handheldy. But it's you got to be.
You
if
gotta
you're
be.
gonna.
They're starting out. They're just starting out.
Yeah, and they don't have a lot of time
Yeah.
to start out because the first games, I believe, were supposed to start an hour ago.
Yeah,
2
2:30,
o'clock.
2 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, everyone's like hard at work trying to, like, I guess get these adventures right out the gates, and into their adventuring sites, so to speak.
People are excited to play. They're looking forward to it. They were already the tall fellow that I was standing beside. He
Yes.
was a player.
He's
and
helping
he's
out
helping
other
his I think his friend,
Oh, cool!
but he's never played before. Also,
Right.
so like
It's a community spirit.
it's a community
Yeah.
spirit. So what he's learned, he's helping out his companion
Right.
with at the same time.
Oh, they have cards for backgrounds too. I see one for noble. Like a criminal.
Yes,
Stuff
yes.
like that. The green cards are the ones
Really
for
big
backgrounds.
cards that just have all of the basic information that you need to know
Nice.
to pick your character.
AA Manila came prepared.
Yep, they really did.
Not like us.
Not like us. Like freaking one camera out of commission. Our mic stands completely useless.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, not a good look for us today, but
Nah.
we're having fun.
We're having
at
fun.
least.
What's the vibe? Yeah, so aside from like people helping, like fellow beginners helping out other beginners, what's the vibe like? Like for among the newbies, are they raring to go?
Among the newbies, I get the vibe that they are just excited to play. This is from what I imagine. There have been people here who have been wanting to play for years,
But just never
years,
found a
never
table.
found a table, never found
DM.
a group.
Yeah.
Never found the time. Even I think one of the things that really helped drive a lot of people here is that Adventures Anonymous came forth and said, "Okay, we're gonna play at this time on this
Yes.
day at this location. So if you're interested, come here."
That is such an understated like component,
Yes.
right? Of being able to put together a gaming table.
Scheduling, man.
Scheduling, like having the will to say that,
Yes.
yeah, so this is the date. Make it if you can. If you can't, we'll game on without you,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, not to be cold-hearted, but sometimes you just can't have everyone
Yeah.
at the gaming table,
Yeah.
like as much as you'd like to. So for those of you out there who are thinking of putting together their own D&D game and scheduling is a problem, just do it. Like even
Just
if it
do it.
sucks, even if it's the most like, oh, where's Bob? Like he's not here. Bob the fighter couldn't make it. You're a bunch of glass cannons. Oh well, just go to the dungeon if you're willing, and
Yeah.
if the rest of you are free.
Yeah. So there's our buddy Lance. I think he's, from the look of on his face, it seems like he's in total work mode right now. I think he's just getting ready to prepare his table. Maybe following up with, because this table here is for
getting
just
energy
getting
drinks?
energy drinks. They're calling it health potions and mana potions.
Oh my god. Okay.
But it's just energy drinks. I mean,
It's I think one of their sponsors, right?
Yes,
It's
yeah.
Coca-Cola.
one of their sponsors is Coca-Cola, and they've provided
Thunder energy
bottles
drinks.
of Thunder energy
Yeah.
drinks. I have never tried. I'm curious.
Well, you know what Lance mentioned is that like it's supposed to be like an esports energy drink, right? But I guess if you're marathoning like 4 hours of roller coaster role playing, then yeah, I guess it's analogous.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
It's pretty much what an adventurer needs,
Yeah,
right, to get
yeah.
them through the dungeon.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna try and get Lance's attention here, see if he can sit down for a bit. But I think he needs to get to his table too. So if he can't, that's okay. We'll try and find someone else from Adventures Anonymous to say a few words about their event and their group.
You know what I just realized?
What's up?
They're selling like a full, like everything that you could get for D&D 5e at this event too.
That's true.
Right?
I can go up there later.
Yeah,
and show it off.
and check it out.
Lance, are you good for a few words? No.
Not right now. I'm
Okay.
running a game and
All
running
right.
the event.
Good luck.
Okay,
So he's running a game and the event. Were his
Busy
words.
man, busy
busy man. Do you want me to go up there and show you
yeah.
guys what books
Yeah,
Fully Booked
yeah.
has? So
Because
this,
they have some new stuff out.
Right.
Like Descent into Avernus is here, right? The
right.
newest hardcover from
and
D&D.
I think that was what kind of caused them to partner with Fully Booked. Actually, Adventures Anonymous, these sponsors right here, Jesus Christ, right there. These guys partnered with those guys before. If you guys remember, anyone who watched us during Neil Namoro's charity stream,
Right.
they took the room right downstairs.
Yes.
So this is the second time they're working with Fully Booked, but I think they're doing this. The timing makes sense. That
Yeah.
is in conjunction with
The release
of
of,
Descent into Avernus. So I'm gonna go over there and show you the stands.
Yes.
Switch me over.
Sure.
Let me know when you switch me over.
All right, so JP is making his way over to the table with all the D&D merch, the official D&D merch, and yeah, we'll see what's on hand, what you can get from D&D here in a bit. So yes, so you can see here, I believe, yeah, they have Dungeon of the Mad Mage, Art and Arcana, which is a gorgeous art book for D&D. Ghosts of Saltmarsh, another D&D hardcover. I think the one that came out right before Descent into Avernus. And there it is, the darling of the event itself, Descent into Avernus. It's an adventure set in Baldur's Gate, I think Getting Dragged to Hell. And this is the new D&D Essentials kit, which is the younger brother of the starter kit, younger sibling of the D&D starter kit, which you see right now. So put together, these create like if you get both the starter kit and the D&D Essentials kit, it's I guess one of the best ways to get into D&D and really like the region of Phandelver that was introduced in the starter kit itself, which is one of the really like one of the best starter campaigns rather, to come out in a while, like for any tabletop RPG. So yeah, there's that. JP's going around right now. Yeah, I guess like mingling with some of the new players, the DMs who are helping them create characters as well, and yeah, just checking out the floor. Hopefully we can find time to bring over someone from like Hey Meepling. Yeah, when it's not as chaotic over there by the ingress area, because they make great accessories for D&D, and yeah, they need to make a living too. So they've got some of their I think their whole catalog of wares are on full display here at Ready Level 1 in fully booked BGC. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. We have mana potions and health potions. So I have no idea what to expect. We can try it.
I work at the call center. I know fully what to expect. I mean, to be fair, this one isn't bad.
Okay, so this one is.
I'm not a fan. You might want to try it. Like, you can try it if you want.
It's called Fruit Bomb. What can go wrong with that?
I don't know. It's just not my. It's not my cup of tea.
All right, I'll try it.
It's just not my cup of tea.
I do think I need a little jolt of energy right now. So these, Thunder, is a sponsor here helping out the Adventurers Anonymous run the event today. So thank you, Coke. I mean, I throw
Not
money
a
at you.
sponsor.
I throw money at you every
Not
day.
a sponsor of us anyway, but yeah.
Right.
But yes,
It
we
smells
do.
very fruity.
Not my thing. Honestly.
I can see why it might not be. It's super sweet, right? But I'm digging it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
It's cold though. It's constricting my throat. We should take care of our voices today.
We should. Coffee was not a good idea, so it's a good thing you got water.
Yeah, I'm already going to be on my second bottle. Could you pass one over, please?
Here you go.
Thank you.
So okay, back to what makes D&D, a good starter. We've covered what is the first one? The setting, right? The familiarity of the tropes.
Right.
We've covered characters, the options available to players. They can make anything they want to be.
Right.
Anything under the sun, under the fantasy sun.
Right.
We've also covered what do you call this? I mentioned this earlier, but D&D 5e has one of the best starter campaigns that any RPG has seen. Like, I guess for the past 5 years, right?
I'd say
The
so.
Lost Minds of Phandelver
Yeah,
is like
it's
a really great
solid.
intro.
Yeah.
What for you? What makes LMOP, Lost Minds of Phandelver, which is in the starter set, right?
Yes, it is.
So what makes that a solid intro adventure for you? I know they're not playing that here exactly right
No,
now
they're not.
because it's AL stuff that they're playing, not hardcover stuff. If I'm understanding that distinction correctly. But yeah, for those watching who want to, start their own homebrew campaigns, like, why is Lost Minds of Phandelver a good choice?
Can I be completely honest?
Go ahead.
I've never finished LMOP.
I've never finished running it either. But
It's
I like
because that's how extensive it is. Right?
Yeah,
it just
that's
goes
true.
from level 1 to level 5, but it's not just one dungeon run. Not at all. It starts out, what I think is great about LMOP is it starts off with a very, very simple idea. You are a bunch of caravan guards, essentially. And the person who you were supposed to meet with is dead,
Yeah.
right? That's
But
essentially the start.
no, I don't know.
Okay,
Could
or
be
is missing.
missing.
Is
yeah.
missing. All right. Spoiler alert. Sorry. Hey, that adventure's been out for years already. Almost, what, 10, 15? How?
5.
5 years. Okay, my bad.
5.
All right. I'm too excited about Elmop, I guess.
It's the energy drink.
It's the energy drink. And the coffee. I finished this whole.
Oh
it's,
my god.
It's done.
It's done.
It's fucking done.
I haven't even touched mine.
It's done, dude.
All right, JP is in unknown territory right now.
Yeah. Caffeine.
The potions of healing have turned into rage. Have turned into barbarian rage.
Yes, they have. No, but okay, back to the actual
Elmop.
topic.
Yeah.
So Elmop, very simple starting idea. You're a bunch of caravan guards. You're supposed to meet with your, was he the buyer or the seller or just the
Your
contact?
client.
Your client.
Your
You're
client.
just supposed to meet your client who has a tip. The reason why it's called Lost Mines of Phandelver is because these mines were lost. Supposedly they have a lot of very valuable relics and treasures within, but nobody knows where to find an entrance to the mines except for the guy who you're supposed to meet, Gundrick something something.
Yes.
I always just called him
classic
Bob.
Dwarven.
Yeah,
name.
classic dwarven name.
Yeah.
You can rename him if you want. I call him Bob to my players. It gets the point across. He knows how to get to the entrance, but he's missing. And the first thing that you encounter is his horse, which is dead, which is ambushed by a bunch of goblins, which you must route.
There's a trail.
There's a trail.
To follow. Yeah.
And it's very, very, simple, very straightforward, in your face. You can't go wrong with introducing new players to that kind of game because that's what D&D is about.
Yeah.
It's about quick decisions and combat and rolling dice and a little bit of tactics and maybe some role playing.
What we touched on earlier is that, I guess what makes RPGs a lot more accessible for people these days is that people play video games. And that kind of already has you in the default mindset to be able to, grok D&D, right? So, what I will say about Elmop, if you've played Fallout, Skyrim, that initial setup, you're on tracks in the first chapter, and then you reach an open world hub.
Yep.
That is instantly familiar to players.
Because after that encounter in Lost Mines of Phandelver, either the players can follow, if they left survivors from the goblin encounter, they can either follow the goblin or continue on the trail to
Phandelver itself.
Phandalin. Phandalin.
Phandalin.
Which is the hub, which is where you can meet your other NPCs to give you other quests and do everything that you imagine in Dungeons and Dragons.
So that format, I think, it's I don't think it's by accident.
Right.
I think it really taps into the people who play digital cyber RPGs. That is instantly familiar, and I think that is what got a lot of people hooked to D&D. It's what it owes a lot of its success of 5th edition too. Wizards of the Coast knocked it out of the park with
that
Lost Mines
adventure.
with that adventure.
It seems so cookie cutter, but that is kind of what you need when you're introducing something as foreign as tabletop role play.
Yeah, as far as it can get, sometimes.
Yeah.
That's true.
You gotta hold hands a little bit because otherwise you're gonna alienate players. That was a recurring problem with me trying to get other people to play D&D before.
Really?
Yeah, it's I kept struggling to try and find a way to explain what D&D, what the essence of D&D is, without oversimplifying it. Right? It's easy. You can say that Dungeons and Dragons is like playing pretend while rolling dice, right? To determine whether what you want to do is successful or not. But I think when you're trying to explain to a bunch of angsty teenagers, you might get a little bit of backlash in the sense that, this is kid stuff. This is just, make believe, right?
Right.
On the other hand, you can be super technical about it. Dungeons and Dragons is like fantasy football, except it takes place in Mordor
With shields and swords and axes and spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And numbers and stats to tell you like very exactly who is winning and who is not. And then you've just turned off anyone who's not into
And
ball games or sports games.
because it's totally not that. No.
Yeah.
No, but like D&D can be all of those things. Weirdly enough, like one of the beautiful
can.
things about RPGs
It really can.
is that once you have the rule set in your hands, like all the rules are just suggestions ultimately, and even D&D, which can be a bit not, I would say it's medium crunchy, like for RPGs. And what do you mean by crunch? For those of you like experience hearing about RPGs for the first time, it's like how many rules there are in place to kind of tell you how to how things end up happening in the game.
Right.
I would say D&D is a fairly like medium crunch game.
I'd say so.
There are lighter crunch games, but then like that isn't a mark against D&D
No.
because as any DM will tell you or eventually learns, like you can do away or you can wing it. You can often wing D&D, and then don't worry about it too much. Then just check after the session, between sessions,
Yep.
what you might have gotten wrong, and then learn from it.
There's something that a lot of DMs here follow, which is
The rule of
colloquially referred to as the rule of cool.
yeah.
So basically, if what the player wants to do sounds pretty awesome and you're on board with it, just work with them to try and find a way to get it done in the game. And then later on, you worry on whether it was valid or not.
Right.
So I think that's something that we really need to drive home
Right.
to anybody who wants to run D&D, whether it's the first time or their 100th time already.
You know-
D&D is a game. If you're not having fun, if your players are not having fun, then you're better off doing something else.
That's true. But then going back to how to explain D&D, because like that setup can be, instrumental to making sure someone has fun playing the game. Because they, for them to get it, to
Right.
get what you're doing. Like it makes me wonder, like the Wired series of videos, like explaining something on 5 levels, right?
Yeah, I know that.
That's
yeah,
one
yeah.
thing you can like. What would that be for D&D? Like level 1 would be what, a 6-year-old. Level 2 would be a middle schooler.
Right?
Right? Let's say level 3 is a college freshman. Level 4 is someone who's an adult, like working adult like us.
And then level 5 is like Jeremy Crawford or something.
Yeah, how would you explain D&D to freaking Jeremy Crawford? But yeah, like level 1, I would say for an 8-year-old, I would explain D&D. My take on it would be to tell them that playing D&D or a role playing, D&D, because that's the case today. It's like playing a board game where the board just keeps going on and on.
The board is in your imagination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the board isn't limited by what's on the table. Like when you get to the edge of the board, like there's more board.
Yes.
There's gonna be more board.
There
Don't
is-
worry about running out of board.
There will always be more board.
Yeah, that is how the most basic way I would explain D&D
Sure.
to an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I dig it.
And you don't get to play like with generic meeples.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
No offense to Hey Meepling. You guys are wonderful, but like, you are not a generic meeple. You're not red, blue, yellow, or black or white meeple.
Right.
You are a thing with a name. And it's something you come up with. It could be your favorite, it could be your favorite superhero, could be your favorite character, it could be Percy Jackson or whatever. Like whatever you're excited to play as. Could be a cowboy, could be stuff like that. And that is your meeple on a board that goes on and on. And that is how I would explain, try to get an 8-year-old into playing D&D.
Cool. I think to be fair, that could work even for an adult. I think.
Well, let's try to upgrade it. Like,
right,
how
all
would
right.
you do it for a middle schooler?
For a middle schooler, let's say. So Dungeons and Dragons to a middle schooler, I'd say is like World of Warcraft, but you don't need a computer. You don't need. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thank you, Nika.
Nika.
Nika's with Adventures Anonymous.
Hey.
Yeah, you wanna talk about AA?
Come around. I'll drive
So we were trying to get Lance, but he's busy.
Yeah, everyone's kind of busy.
So this is live.
Long time no see.
Yeah, forever. Nika and I were batchmates back in ComSci in college, and
Yeah.
now we're together again doing role-playing stuff. You're with Adventures Anonymous
Yeah.
ever since it started.
Yeah, ever since it started.
So what can you tell us about your group? You've run events in the past. You've done. We worked together in Action to Aid and Turn Undead.
Yeah.
What else do you have in store in the future, and what do you hope to achieve here
Well,
today?
really, it's more of sharing. The only reason why we started Adventures Anonymous Manila
Mm-hmm.
is because we wanted more D&D games. And so, there's not a lot of people playing D&D back in like 2015.
Oh God, yeah.
So, yeah, we were like, oh, we need more players. How do we get more players? Oh, we should introduce D&D to them. And how could we introduce D&D to them if we have events? And there's already another group existing and kind of running games. And they're like, we want to play games too. Why don't you make your own group and then we join you in your event? And we're like, yeah, that sounds nice.
So that's how it got started.
Yeah, so that's how it got started. We're all in the same play group, but we kind of set aside time so that we can switch around. Sometimes we play, sometimes we run, just so we can play the epics, which requires like at a minimum 4 tables. Back then, it's super hard to gather like 4 complete tables and have a event.
And the first epic that you guys threw was the one over there in iAcademy, right? Or was that already
Yeah, it was
later on?
iAcademy.
Right.
Yeah,
I remember
but it's
being
not
there.
the Nexus one. It's still
Oh,
the old
okay.
iAcademy
Okay.
auditorium. So, yeah, it's pretty. You've seen how we're overwhelmed right now with all these newbies. I'm so like, oh my god.
You must feel super fulfilled today.
Yeah,
I mean, also overworked.
Yeah,
maybe.
and actually, what the funny thing is, like, we're ComSci batchmates, but we're doing nothing related to ComSci right
I
now.
know. Oh God. Well, you still work in the games industry, right?
Yeah. It's more like PM role, project management
Right.
role than like
Right.
technical programming.
So, would you say that the turnout today is a lot more than expected?
Definitely.
Because I think when I was speaking with Lance, you expected just 80 registrants and maybe a
Yeah.
handful of walk-ins.
Yeah, because this is the first time we have an event that allows like full-on walk-ins. Before, usually since it's schools, so they're kind of strict with walk-ins. We didn't have the opportunity to have a more open space where people can just drop in and try out D&D.
Right.
So this is like, okay, so apparently if there's no commitment involved and they can just walk in and try it out, people would gather and try to play D&D.
And this was made possible in part due to your partnership with Fully Booked,
Yeah,
who you've
Fully
worked with before for Neil Namoro, right? Do you plan to continue holding events here at this venue or with Fully Booked in the future?
Oh, definitely. I mean, if they need us, we need them, and this thing, like they've seen the value in it, why not, right?
Yeah, I think they're very happy. Like
Yeah.
I've seen Joe was his name,
Yeah.
right? Your liaison here. He's running around also helping you guys out.
Yeah.
He's doing it with a big smile on his face.
Oh,
so,
that's great.
yeah, I think everyone involved here is happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, I just it's kind of noisy right now, but I hope that everyone who comes out after this event would come out to become not really a dedicated D&D player, but to be a more frequent D&D player, so that the next time people would look for more people to play with, it's going to be easy to just
Right.
Hey, you want to play D&D? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, this kind of event was absolutely needed because we don't have a lot of events here, or any events really, that cater to people who've never played Dungeons and Dragons before.
Yeah.
And as you and I, we know that it's a growing hobby, but we still are not really able to approach it from a complete beginner's perspective.
Yeah.
So I think you guys are doing something really great. Like Dicecast has always been on your side,
Yeah.
on Adventures Anonymous side, but I'm extremely happy with like how we're able to work together for this one because it's kind of our dream to bring more people into the fold,
Right?
into D&D.
Yeah.
and role playing in general.
People, different backgrounds, different looks, and
Yeah, all ages.
everyone,
I think.
all kinds of people are around.
I think I saw a family here, right? There was
there
someone
were
with a
couple of
daughter.
kids and
right?
with little ones.
It's pretty crazy. I
Yeah.
hope that your GMs are prepared for that.
Yeah, we definitely have a gym-friendly DM over there.
Oh,
Dean
good,
is
good.
doing. I'm sure he's doing a great job over there.
So Nika, I know you
Yeah.
have to get back to what you're doing. Do you any last words before you leave us here at the table?
I mean, well, support D&D, local D&D groups. Like, if you hear events and you're not sure if you want to like try it, I mean, you can watch Dicecast. They show, they show the ropes. But if you wanna give it a try,
Yes.
there's a lot of events here in the Philippines, and
Yes.
just drop by. We don't bite.
Adventures Anonymous throws events almost every other month, almost every month actually, right?
Well, just for like this
This stretch.
this stretch
Yeah.
because of the downtime activity. But
It's
yeah.
crazy. I don't know how you guys do it, but whatever keeps you going, I hope it stays. Nika, thank you for joining
Yeah,
us. If
thank
you
you
want to
for
come
having
back
me.
and just talk about whatever,
Yeah.
feel free. We
Yeah.
have opened this table to anyone, including the other booth runners
Uh-huh.
and the players and DMs to talk about their experience today. So just come on up if you want to sit down and take a break from all of your logistics.
Yeah. Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye. So that was Nika. I forgot to change the lower thirds with her actual name, but she is with Adventures Anonymous. And like we mentioned earlier, we were batchmates in ComSci. And she joked a little bit too about how both of us graduated, or not graduated, both of us came from ComSci backgrounds, but are not doing anything related to computer science today.
Well, you got to try a bit. With,
I did.
yeah.
Yeah. I was
Got to try a bit.
I was in a mobile game development company for a little while before moving into marketing, and that was long before starting up Dicecast and
Yeah.
doing the whole D&D and progressive play movement that we're doing here.
Right. I think you meant like so yeah, like back to the topic. Before Nika graced us with
Grace us with her presence, yeah.
yeah, with her presence, like, and like really like giving us a more in-depth like look at what's going on here, why AA Manila do these things. But yes, how would you explain D&D to
So,
middle schooler?
to a middle schooler, I think I mentioned WoW,
Yeah.
World of Warcraft. I would explain it like that to middle schoolers. Dungeons and Dragons is like a MMORPG like World of Warcraft, or I don't even know if middle schoolers play it. What do middle schoolers play now? Holy crap.
Overwatch?
Is it just Overwatch and MOBAs?
Overwatch.
Oh, no.
What? Skyrim is still a big thing. Isn't
Yeah, I guess, but it's not really MMO.
it? There's lots of like
What do middle schoolers do now? Oh my
Minecraft,
god. Minecraft.
PUBG.
Minecraft.
Minecraft is actually pretty good.
D&D is Minecraft, but like
The world's
in in Mordor.
with more than creepers to worry about.
Yeah, okay, that's not a great analogy. So to a middle schooler, I would say that Dungeons and Dragons is a
This is just level 2, huh?
it's this is just level 2 actually. Hey, middle schoolers aren't dumb.
No, I'm saying like we're having a hard time already, and it's just level 2.
I would say just give it to them straight, right? A middle schooler or a level 2, you can explain that Dungeons and Dragons is a gamified thought experiment.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Hey,
those
that's
words
gonna blow their minds.
those words resonate with
Yeah.
So you can say that Dungeons and Dragons is a structured way to tell a story and build that story with other people also contributing.
And keep it fair,
Yes.
more or less.
So
Yeah.
it's like campfire stories, but you're all telling the same story.
yeah, you're taking turns.
Yes,
with
you're
the,
taking turns.
with the driver's seat. Yeah.
Right. With the characters and the plot and the actions and consequences, you are all telling that story together, and you have the help of dice to determine whether or not something that you do succeeds or fails. That's
Okay.
how I would explain it to a level 2.
All right. I guess I'll take on level 3. So level 3 is a college student.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So or fresh graduate, college student. Maybe fresh grads. It's either freshman or fresh grad.
I would
Because
say
like the amount of
yeah.
time to play D&D drops off like
Actually.
towards senior year.
Actually, yeah. And then once they're past senior year, once
Yeah.
they've graduated, they're looking for
Yeah.
a job. They got nothing to do.
Yeah. So there. How would you explain D&D to someone who hasn't done that yet? It's more fun than writing your thesis. It's it's writing your thesis but with friends
Oh.
who what's up?
It's like a group project where you don't have to worry about doing all the work.
Oh my god, where there are no slackers.
Where there are no slackers.
because the slackers die.
Yes.
And leave the campaign.
Yes.
That is
Why do
how
I
to start
feel
it.
like this is a step back from level 2?
from the very high concept positive version of
Yeah.
level 2,
Oh, man.
and then we go to
Whoops. I guess that's how snarky you and I are about our
About
college
college.
days.
I don't know. I had fun in college. I
Yeah,
had fun in
of
college.
course.
Like not to throw that under the bus. I had fun in college. Some of my best years are in college. In terms of
Oh, yeah.
the amount of shit I got to do. But yeah, I think I would explain it like on a more serious note, not as a thesis, but like I would explain it as what would I say? You already mentioned collaborative storytelling, like
Yes.
for the middle
For
schoolers.
the middle schoolers.
So I was gonna say that for college level.
I
but,
know. I'm so sorry.
Like
Why don't we can swap it?
no, it's
We can
okay.
swap
it's
it.
okay. It's okay. I'll take on the challenge of
Okay.
upgrading that. The next step beyond collaborative storytelling would be, I guess, God damn it.
Let's just swap it.
Sure, we can swap it.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
middle
yeah.
schoolers,
Group project.
It's a group project where no one gets left behind.
No one gets left behind. No one does too much of the work unless you're the GM. You do all the work.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Oh, it still fits.
Oh no. Here, because college is kind of when nostalgia starts to hit. It's
Okay.
when you get your first taste of nostalgia. It's where you get to tell the stories that you like the way you want to. The way you like them. Like with friends as a bonus, but here, like this, maybe it's a bit of a personal example. But remember in college, I was all up in arms about how the new Star Wars trilogy, the prequels, were coming out, and I would
yeah.
message you guys at odd times of the night how I would fix
How you would fix Star Wars.
how I would fix Star Wars as an RPG,
Right.
right? That is the experience that I would offer. I would
Oh,
offer to
gosh.
college students, to right the wrongs of the world, of the fictional world. Yeah. I mean, I'm older now, and I can appreciate the prequels for what they were. I mean, after all, Lucasfilm and Disney, even back then, Star Wars was made for kids. And they did that with the prequels. Like, kids did not complain about watching the prequels. It was
No.
just adults.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was actually the prequels were very successful, right?
Yes, they
I
got
believe-
more people into Star Wars. It made
Yeah.
Star Wars bigger than ever. So it's not a failure, but really, I guess the only failure would be that George Lucas got to write the script. That's it.
Hey,
but
did you watch that video I sent?
which one?
The one, oh man, the one about how George Lucas regrets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you watch that?
I think so. Yeah.
And how the CEO of Disney took advantage of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
sad.
bad about
I-
criticizing Lucas now.
Sorry, George.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, I would offer that to college students. Like you get to play. Yeah, if you hated Avengers: Infinity War,
Sure.
here's how we fix it.
Yep.
and I'll run it for you that way.
Sure.
That's how I would sell it to college students.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games start with essentially fan fiction,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people would love to play superhero RPGs, or like they get into a different fandom, and D&D or role playing in general is kind of like a side effect of that. Because
Right.
they love the other fandom so much, and they would want to create their own stories in those worlds.
Right.
D&D and other RPGs would allow you to do exactly that,
All right.
and it would make a lot of fun experiences to follow as well.
So the next and final level, level 4.
How would you explain it to Jeremy Crawford? Or
no.
to-
A working dude like us.
Okay,
you
a
know,
working
like,
dude.
You know, like juggling possibly a career, possibly a family.
Oh God.
How would you
I would
get this
say-
person into D&D? It's an escape.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I would say, so you're sick of your job, you're kind of sick of life. Life's thrown so many lemons at you.
We are not that jaded, just to be clear.
Oh, maybe you're not. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, like, it's a way for you to wind down. You know, it's another way for you to have what was the traditional way for people to like get together and just cool off after a week's hard work?
In my family,
In your family, what did you
Board
guys
games.
do? Board games.
yeah, we would play Pictionary or like Sorry, Game of Life.
In a lot of families, it's game night.
Yeah.
Right? Like people just watch sports together
Yeah.
as a group or
That
as a
too.
family.
Right.
In my family, it was just eating out. You know, every weekend we would make sure that everyone's free. We'd pick a restaurant, either somewhere that we really miss or somewhere new, and then we'd just wind down and eat. For some people, it's actually going out drinking, right?
Right.
Just at the pub with your buddies. D&D is like that. It's just another way, another form of recreation for you to escape your reality, even if it's, you know, not exactly as time conducive as the rest.
Right.
Because, like, a pint of beer, you can sit down and have that for 30 minutes with your friends, and that's
Yeah.
done. Right?
Yeah. Like an hour of like hanging out and
An hour of
drinks,
hanging out,
some
an
you know,
hour and a half of a restaurant.
trips, yeah.
Board games, it's an hour and a half
hour
or
and a
2
half,
hours
2
tops.
Yeah.
Right. D&D can run extended. Like when we were in college, we were playing D&Ds from D&Ds. We were playing role-playing games
Yeah, RPGs.
from what? From
Every
the morning.
common break that
Right.
we could find.
Every common break. Like there was a
Sometimes
time.
not even common breaks.
Yeah, there
I
was a
would
time
cut.
you would cut or we would be playing
Not
at the
the moment
start
of
of a
pride
common
right here.
break, and then someone would have to go to class, and when that class was over, they'd come back and we'd still be playing.
Yeah.
I think that happened more than once.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Pretty ridiculous.
But yeah, that said, D&D can also be an unhealthy obsession if you don't keep it in check. So please, everything
be
in
warned.
moderation.
Be warned
Just like the
for
caffeine.
everyone here. Just like in play D&D in moderation,
Yeah.
like anything else.
Like, I think this is my last bottle because I had this much caffeine before, and this is it literally says on the bottle caffeine powered. So everything in moderation. I think I'm done with this.
Yeah.
It's just water for me for the rest of the day.
Oh my gosh. Well, good thing Nika dropped us off some
Yeah,
bottles.
she did.
Very kind
Yeah,
of her.
bless her,
Thank
bless
you
her.
so much. Yeah. Okay. So that's the 4 levels of D&D.
Oh, weren't we supposed to do 5?
I don't think I want to do number 5. Like, how would you? I don't know. I have no idea.
Dungeons and Dragons is a multi-billion-dollar.
Congratulations for
Congratulations to Wizards of the Coast for making tons of money off of people's fantasy and willingness and wishfulness
To indulge in fantasy.
to indulge them their most base desires of escapism
Yeah.
and fetish fulfillment. There
Yep,
you go.
There you go. Level 5. Congratulations, Wizards of the Coast. You guys are beasts.
I dig it. I'll throw more money at them. I don't mind.
All right.
I think I already own everything that they offer on D&D Beyond.
Really?
Yeah.
on D&D Beyond.
on D&D Beyond.
So that's another thing, I guess, that maybe a lot of these players might not be aware of, like that new players at D&D. You might think it's just limited to physical books, to physical sheets.
I mean, like, there's
physical
all of these
systems.
people here in a physical space.
Yeah, but what is D&D Beyond?
I mean, we're not sponsored by D&D Beyond right now, so I feel like
We
we
would
don't
lo-
have to say anything nice about them. But
They're just awesome.
I honestly say that they're just awesome. They're great. Full disclosure, when they first came out, I was kind of skeptical.
Yeah?
Right? When they first came out, and then
I didn't know that.
as a result of their emergence, a lot of other smaller developers who have made D&D and Wizards of the Coast related things have had to close shop. All right, this is the dark side of D&D Beyond that not a lot of people talk about, but it is part of its history, so it's there.
That being
Wizards of
said,
the Coast has to protect their IP, though.
Yeah.
They have to. Otherwise, they lose it. That's my
That's
very
the rules of
basic
the game.
understanding of copyright law.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I probably am. So do quote me on that
KL,
and correct me
where
if
are
you
you?
want to.
KL.
But sometimes, that shit has to happen in order for improvements to be made, right? I think a perfect analogy would be, what was this game? Oh, God. There was a game that I used to play on PC. It was, what was it? Trickster Online. It was
Okay.
an MMO. Trickster Online was... It was a game for furries.
Okay.
I didn't realize it at the time, but it was. And Trickster Online started out like pretty rough, but I enjoyed it. They had to close it down for 2 years though for a revamp to happen, and they really vastly improved it. So I think that's like kind of analogous to what D&D Beyond is doing, or did. They had to step on a few toes to make something greater than
what
it was before.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, you know what's
we're-
about to be greater than was before?
What?
Our stream.
Oh, yeah.
Because Hey Meepling is about to come on.
Oh shit!
I think things have wound down a bit
At the
enough
front,
for them to be
right,
able to
right.
to free up some time to come over here. So I'm
Okay.
gonna go fetch Dan.
Yeah,
bring
sure.
him over here.
Sure. So Hey Meatling is again one of our sponsors who we are working with to actually produce not really sell but to promote one of their products. Mark, why don't you sit down here next to because I handled Nika, right? So because I have to type in the name. This is all very, hey, what's up? This is all
Hello,
very
what's up?
spur of the moment, impromptu. So we're
Very
kind
much
of just
so.
winging it as we go along.
All
So
right.
Mark's going to be here while I type out the stuff that needs to be typed out.
All right. So welcome to the stream, Dan.
Hello, first time.
It's your first time,
Yeah.
yeah. No, but the first time we met was at session 0.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it was a great place actually to meet all sorts of people, game designers,
Yep.
people like yourselves, people who make accessories, basically works of art
Yep.
for the discerning D&D gamer.
Yes.
Right? So why don't you tell us about Hey Meepling? What do you guys provide
Yeah.
for gamers in Manila?
Yeah, so Hey Meepling it's a relatively new company. It was started by my partner since originally she did not like the design of the character sheet for D&D. So she decided to make her own.
What were her gripes about the original character sheet? I'm just curious.
There's quite which
A lot?
ones?
The
There's
top
quite a lot.
one, the top one.
She doesn't like how it's laid out, so she made her own.
And the booklet form, that's what
Yeah,
inspired the booklet
then
format?
that's how the character folio or the tome was made. And since she liked doing custom stuff anyway,
Yeah.
so let's say she said, why not sell it?
Nice.
So that's
nice.
where it started actually.
So your first ever thing was a character folio.
Yes, it's the first. It's the.
It's your baby, your
the
panganay.
maiden product.
Awesome. And then since then, you've gone on to make animal companion stickers.
Yeah, we have animal companion stickers.
Um,
We have the spell slot clips,
spell
which you
slot
can
clips.
use for tracking spells.
With the character folio,
With the
right?
character
Yeah.
folio. Now we also have pencils, which you can plant
That's interesting, yeah.
afterwards. Apparently, it was pointed out to us that we have the citronella one, which is very perfect for the dengue season.
That is, so you heard it here. Like take care of yourself and your
Yep,
loved
yep,
ones.
yep.
Get a
Yes.
seedling,
Yes, seedling, I guess.
seeding,
Yeah, yeah.
like a seeding pencil. Plant citronella all over your,
Yep.
your
Yeah.
house.
So aside from those, we have other stickers, and also one of our main products is the double-sided coasters, which
Right.
you can use as a grid map as well. So one is a normal design, the other one is like a terrain coaster, a terrain design. So we have cobblestone ships. The ship one is actually quite what do you call this? Famous, I guess. Especially with the Ghost of Salt Marsh campaign
Right,
book.
right.
So there's a lot who really liked it.
So these are like, the dimensions of these are, like will work with like the official, the adventure battle map
Yeah.
of D&D.
Yep.
They're the exact right size for the figurines and everything.
So
Perfect.
the 1 inch,
Yeah.
grids, squares.
Yeah. Perfect.
So what else? Also, if I'm pretty sure Critical Dicecast has
Yes.
been very
I'm so flattered you're about to call us critical
Yeah,
role.
yeah,
We don't deserve.
everyone deserves to be Critical Role.
That's the goal, I guess. That's the goal.
No, I got confused because I was gonna say Critical Kit.
But yeah, we'll
Yeah.
take it. But yeah.
Yeah, the Critical Kit, which is actually under pre-order. So it has all the items you would need for it to be an adventurer.
What's the checklist? So you've got the character folio.
Yeah, we have the character folio. We have the pencils.
Pencils.
We have the item sticker.
Right.
We have the spell slot clips. And additionally, in partnership with Dice Key, we also have a 7-piece dice set.
Right. And which one of these can you customize? Like, I think some have choices, right? The
Oh, yeah.
pencil, definitely.
So the pencil, you can choose which seed, especially for the pre-order.
Yeah.
So you can choose which seed you want. You can, for the item stickers, you can actually choose the companion sticker. You can
for the rangers out
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
right? Yeah, and druids.
Yep, it's really useful.
They need
for-
love.
Yep,
They don't get enough love.
because D&D does not love them.
D&D does not love them.
So what else? We also have the spell slot clips, and you can choose which color. And for the folio, you can choose either plain or dotted.
How about the dice?
Oh yeah, sorry, for the dice. For the pre-order as well, you can choose. We have 5 different colors, so you can choose which color you want. Since in retail you only get, there's a limited number.
Right. Okay.
So the pre-order period will be up until what do they call this?
15?
October 15.
Yes.
When if you use what's the code again?
Well, Hey Meepling were gracious enough to provide us with our very own discount code. So if you want to support them and support us at the same time, you can use the discount code Dicecast Crits. That's just one word, no spaces, Dicecast Crits, and you'll get 5% off.
Yes.
So yeah, it's pretty sweet, very generous of you guys to offer
Yes.
that, and yeah, we're like JP loves your like one of your other products, the tome.
yeah.
Like he is in love with that thing. Like oh yeah, go ahead. So I guess we'll go through a rundown again of
Alright.
he's gonna show it over here.
Oh, so
So JP's making his way over to
JP is
Meepling.
going there already. So those are the pencils. You can see
Yeah.
the coasters all set up like that. Oh. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
So we have the
So
coasters.
yeah, even have figurines over there,
Yeah.
like miniatures already
So
showing.
the miniatures are just for display.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're the right size, essentially.
Yeah,
You can see
exactly.
how they're the exact same
You
size.
see Pikachu. There's a fire giant. There's so different designs.
And with enough coasters, you can make your own like tiles, essentially,
yeah,
right?
yep.
Like for villages or dungeons. Yeah.
So we have stickers as well. Oh, also at the back, if you see there, we
Right.
also have. I forgot about this. We have perfumes.
It's one of the more unique products I've seen for gamers.
I think we're
Hip-hop
the
gamers.
only ones who's doing
Yeah.
it right now.
What
so,
are the scents on offer?
So we have the alignments basically. So we have chaotic, we have neutral, evil, good, and lawful. So, for surprisingly enough, the evil one, which is a very sweet smell to it, people are
Are attracted to evil?
Are finding themselves attracted to it.
Oh my gosh.
Which
What
says-
does that say
which
about
says a lot.
humans? Yeah. We are into evil.
Yep.
I guess bad boys rule in the end.
So
That's
apparently.
unfortunately for us. Like obviously we're good,
Yep.
we're good aligned people.
Yep. So
Bad
yeah,
boys
so
rule in
we
the end.
also have those notebooks.
Uh-huh.
At the back, if you see the red ones, that's actually the custom notebooks that we make. So currently, we have the custom cover for Vampire the Masquerade, the Camarilla one.
Right.
We have one for Call of Cthulhu,
Right.
and also one for the One Ring as well, which, same thing. Angela did not like the character sheet, so she made her own.
I didn't know this. I didn't know that you made folios for more than just D&D.
Yeah, that's actually a relatively new one that we're doing.
Are you planning on venturing into even more RPGs?
Yeah, definitely. Specifically for custom ones, since
Yeah?
relatively
Yeah.
D&D is still the major demographic. But if there's people who want to have your specific RPG system custom made,
Oh,
we
so
can
they
do
don't
it
have
for
to
you.
wait for you to make it.
Yeah.
They can come to you.
Yeah,
They can
especially-
specify
yeah,
what they need.
We can brainstorm what the design would look like, what the
Wow.
cover, what the content would look like, and yeah, definitely.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Always, you can check out our shop. Yeah.
Yeah, you can check out their shop. So right now, they're here at Ready Level 1 in
Yep.
Fully Booked BGC. They are also online. So where can they
Yes.
find your shop online?
Check our shop, shop.meepling.com, or check our Facebook page, Hey Meepling.
Uh-huh. All right. So I'm going to tag out with JP.
Knock out.
Hey, thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
So how was your promo? I heard from Angela that usually she's the one who talks about her products.
Yeah.
You think you did a good job today?
Yes. Yep. It's
Great.
actually my main job in Hey Meepling. Since I'm not really good in craft work, what I do is I talk.
Oh, really?
I'm the guy who talks.
You're the
to-
negotiator.
Yep.
Ah.
So, yep. I'm trying to be a
Oh man. Well, I think Angela would agree that you did a pretty good job today.
I hope so.
She was just hoping that you were painting the products in a good light, which I think you would do, naman.
I'm
all-
pretty
all the
sure.
time.
We need to sell products so we can eat.
Yes, and the good thing is your products are worth buying. I mean,
Yeah.
I purchased, like, this is outside of our sponsorship arrangement. I already purchased a notebook from you, and it's probably one of many that I will buy.
Actually,
already.
that's one of the main reasons why we really want to do custom
Yes.
notebooks, since sometimes the designs that you guys, especially you guys make, are really quite different from what we do.
Yep.
So the dice cast one, the tone, is really nice with the purple and the black logo. It's really, really nice.
We have our first chatter, actually.
Oh.
Mark, did you notice that Santagoy was here? All right. Yeah, he's saying that your hair stands very short pala. Very Asian. And can you sample the scents on stream? Smell-o-vision.
Oh.
Actually, are you willing
Yes,
to
actually.
get some of the scents?
Let's bring some of them here.
Sure. All right. So Dan from Hey Meepling is just running over to his booth to get some of the scents. Mark, come on. Let's do a smell-o-vision reaction stream. Thank you for joining us, Santagoy. I hope you're doing well. It's a shame that we couldn't see you here today, but we understand that this is still pretty far from where you are.
Not so far.
Not so far.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, kind of.
it's still like
Sorry.
everywhere up north from Alabang.
From Slex.
Everywhere that's worth being up north from Alabang is super far.
Well, okay. What do you call this? Dan was saying earlier how with these alignment scents, you know what people are finding oddly attractive?
What?
The scent of evil.
Really?
People are drawn to people are drawn to the scent of evil aligned characters. Here comes Dan.
Wow. It's like walking into a Rustan's.
There we go.
It's like walking into a Rustan's, I was saying. You've got all of your smell sticks
There
here.
we go.
This is great.
So,
Okay. Right. Okay. So I'll have the phone up close. There we go. We have scents here that are named after the various alignments. These are called alignment
Yes.
perfumes. Alignment perfumes. which one will I smell first? You're saying that
What is your alignment, sir?
I consider.
What do you think is your alignment?
I consider myself more of a neutral good.
Neutral
No.
good. Neutral
No.
good.
You think I'm not neutral good?
JP is not neutral good.
Okay, what am I?
JP is chaotic good.
I'm chaotic good.
Chaotic
Okay,
is
fine.
definitely chaotic good.
Fine, I'm more of a chaotic good.
yeah,
So
first
let's.
off-
JP is more of a rebel than he gives himself credit for.
Check out the good one.
Okay, so this is good.
This
Oh, this side. Oh, shoot. My fingers
That's
are
fine,
now
it's
going
fine,
to be
fine.
contaminating it. All right. This is good, right? Just good. And then I really should have put keyboard shortcuts here. Okay. Wow. I don't know how to describe that. It smells like a lavender mixed with I don't know. Wow, maybe it's just base lavender, right? A little bit diluted, so it's not too overpowering. It smells good. Definitely, it smells good. It's like walking into your mom's house after she's cleaned it up for guests, right?
Is he close at all to
Nope.
what's in there?
No?
But what is it, Mark?
What is it? What is it?
What is it?
It's okay. So good is the scent of a clear soul, crystalline white musk, and holy sandalwood.
Holy sandalwood.
What
Not
is
lavender
sandalwood?
at all.
I have no idea.
I have no
wood that
idea
goes
what
into
sandalwood
sandals.
goes.
All of the scents Angela has concocted them. I don't know how, but
Alright, let me smell what good smells like. Oh. Yeah, like definitely this is the smell of the
Home.
lucky boy or lady that you want to take home to mom and dad. that definitely smells good. It's like it smells like the person, the pogi or magandang, binata or binatilya that you sit next to in church. And you're
actually,
you know
yes.
It
Yes,
smells like
is
that.
true.
Your church crush.
what? Your church crush.
Yeah.
Who you dare not approach, because you're in church.
Because you're in church and you're probably not good.
You're not good enough for them.
Oh man. All right, so that was good.
So you're neutral, good.
Yes, Mark seems to think Mark seems to think I'm chaotic good.
All right.
I think I'm neutral good, but
for now, smell neutral.
okay. So this one is neutral.
Neutral.
Okay. There must be something wrong with my nose because honestly it smells a lot like good to me. It smells a little less organic than the good. Not to say that it's not made of an organic scent, but the feelings that it evokes from me is more like walking into a classroom after the weekend that it's been cleaned.
That's
A grade school classroom
Yeah.
after it's been cleaned with.
It's earthier than the good, than the scent of
Yep,
of church boy,
Yep.
church girl, church crush. It's yeah. There's a difference. Like, there's
Actually pretty close since
Yeah.
Lawful also has musk, but just the neutral musk.
Right.
And has bamboo since
Oh.
for flexibility and
Okay.
stuff. So it can go either way.
So it smells like bamboo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That
now,
is deep.
apparently you're chaotic.
Apparently I am,
Apparently you're chaotic.
says Mark. So I'm kind of scared to give this a shot. Let's go for it though.
You might find new things about yourself.
Santagoy says he is chaotic neutral. So Santagoy would be a mix of what we just smelled and this one. Whoa. Whoa, I like that a lot.
Oh,
See, you are
really?
Oh man,
called
it's
it.
okay. It's more astringent than the other two,
Yep.
right? It is less organic. I would say, not in a bad way, but it smells more like aftershave,
Oh,
Oh whoa, really?
right? Like you're trying to make yourself smell good for a first date. That's the kind of feeling I get.
That's-
Mark, your thoughts?
You know how rogues are dashing?
ah.
That is what this smells like.
Yep.
Smells like a
It smells like James Bond.
So what's in it?
Interestingly enough,
Uh-huh.
so it has a heady carousing, free and unpredictable. So it has sweet rum and tobacco.
Sweet rum and
Yeah,
tobacco.
There we go.
Oh, I think our camera broke because it's not refreshing, but
Ah, okay.
that's okay. I'll fix that later.
All right.
Yeah.
So sweet rum and tobacco.
Tobacco is that's what gives it the rum is what
Yes.
makes it more astringent.
It gives
like.
that sweet smell, but a little bit smoky.
Right,
Due
right,
to the
right.
tobacco. Yep.
Okay, cool. But you're saying that a lot of people are drawn to the evil scent.
Yes.
So, do you want to save that for last, or
Oh, yeah, let's do lawful first.
okay,
Let's
lawful?
do lawful first.
Okay. Before I sniff it, I expect to smell something akin to walking into a courtroom. So let's see. And I've been to a courtroom for common law marriage.
All right.
Okay. Nope, not courtroom like at all. No, this is more like lawful smells a little bit more in line with chaotic, which is kind of weird. They're supposed to be opposites, but I guess opposites attract, right? I'm getting, geez, I don't know what I'm getting. Mark, what do you think? It doesn't evoke any kind of memory from me. It's kind of a new smell for me.
Wait.
Santagoy is saying, I want to smell it. I always smell good. Use gunpowder and blood for evil.
Come on over, Sam.
Yeah, come
Sam?
over.
Yeah, come on over. We're here up until 11 p.m.
Wow, that is super late. Yeah.
I can't put my finger on lawful either. Like I don't know what's in it, but I like the emotional response that it's evoking in me is like it's a lot like Church Crush, but
Stricter.
but yeah, you know, like it's class president. It's the prim and proper
Yep.
dude or dudette, you know, like in your class, who for better or for worse, like you know, it might be to your benefit or not.
It's like the
but
bachelorette.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's
yep.
like
The class beetle.
class beetle there. Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Who
so
will narc on you?
Oh,
But
man.
will also be, you know, the cool person,
Yep.
you know, like who keeps you from getting too wasted at this rate.
yeah,
Oh man.
that's pretty true.
That is a very detailed
I'm
answer.
pretty sure that came from experience.
Oh
But you're
man.
actually pretty right. It's prim and proper,
Prim and proper.
but with a backbone of steel.
Whoa.
So it has tea and metal.
What?
Tea and metal.
tea and metal.
I don't know what metal
That is
smells
so
like,
samurai.
but interesting.
There
and metal is so samurai.
there are some metals that really have a strong scent, like
Yep.
copper.
Yep.
Right? If you ever handle copper wires,
Oh,
or
yeah.
if you go to the States and handle pennies, your hands will really smell like
yep,
copper.
yep.
But I don't know what steel smells like.
I have no idea.
No. All right, and that brings us to
And finally,
evil. Okay. Are there any disclaimers before I sniff this? Do I have to?
I think it's
Sign a
you
waiver.
might change your alignment after
I might
this.
change my alignment.
Yep.
Okay, let's
A
see.
lot of people has.
Oh, really? Okay.
No!
I'm still partial to the chaotic,
Ah,
but
yep,
I
yep.
can see why there's
Yep,
such a draw
yep.
to it. There is spice.
Oh, yep.
There is definitely
Yep.
some kind of spice in this.
Oh yeah.
It smells. It makes me feel. Actually, it got my my taste buds kind of, or my salivary glands kind of going.
Wow.
I kind of want to get a curry now.
Wow.
It's like when you bite, you know those chocolate, spicy chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like that sensation. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't belong, but
Yeah.
it's intriguing.
Nice.
It doesn't belong, but it's intriguing.
Mark was saying it's like a spicy chocolate.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
you
belong,
don't-
but it's intriguing.
Like when you bite into spicy chocolate, but you don't expect it to be spicy. It's like that, you know,
Yep.
like that experience.
That is badass.
Actually, half a point for Mark.
Really?
So, it's a sweet black temptation. It has dark chocolate
There
Oh!
and sticky caramel.
Sticky caramel.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no spice at all.
There's no spice.
There's
Surprisingly.
no spice. Okay. I'm way off. My nose needs a reset.
Yeah, don't
apparently.
worry. Every time I smell this, it's always. I'm pretty sure this is it, but nope.
You're like, It smells good. It smells good. It smells good.
So my question is, you've got here the primary axes
Yes.
of alignment, right?
Yep.
So you've got lawful, you've got neutral, you've got chaotic on the
Chaotic.
other end.
Yep.
Do you recommend blending these together? Like, to get the
Yeah,
neutral
actually,
good
you
scent?
can.
Would you put these together?
Yeah, if you want to, you can. We've tried it before, and it works.
It works?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, cool.
That's pretty badass.
And maybe in the future, we're actually planning on maybe doing like the barbarian scent.
Oh my
oh,
God.
class-based.
I don't know if people would like the barbarian set, but yeah, there's that. There's druid, rangers, all sorts of all of the classes for D&D.
For barbarian, you just gotta get a sample of Old Spice guy. Like Terry
Oh,
Crews
gosh.
Yep. Yep.
For Ranger, you gotta find Bear Grylls, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta sample like that musk.
Yep,
that
yep.
Bear Grylls musk.
That very strong manly musk.
Santagoy has some suggestions for you guys if you're willing to take it. He suggests that you guys make some chaotic or alignment themed rings.
Oh,
That sounds very interesting. Like maybe
alignment themed rings.
the gemstone in the ring might be tied to an alignment.
Ah.
It can be a faux gemstone, of course, or glass. Angel
one
wings
for
for
evil.
good, cobra ones for evil. He says that caramel doesn't sound evil. I agree.
Yeah, it's true. But I think the reason why she chose chocolate and caramel is since evil has this temptation, so something sweet,
Right.
something what they call this.
It draws you in. Yeah.
The most insidious evil isn't Sauron. It's like the thing that,
Yeah.
that slowly corrupts.
Yep.
It's the One Ring.
Right.
It's
right.
like, that's like the true symbol of
Yep.
evil in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
It ties in well with caramel because it's so good. You don't think
Yeah.
it's bad for you, but you eat it and eat it and eat it, and,
then
suddenly you've gained 20 pounds.
Or you get diabetes.
Or you get diabetes, the worst evil of all. So he also suggests to put some black pepper and cinnamon in it.
Oh,
That would be an
we
interesting
might
scent.
actually try that. I'm pretty sure Angela has all sorts of scents
Yeah.
in the house.
She's probably planned a whole bunch of new products, new lines for you guys
And
to try and
yes,
sell.
sugar makes you fat, so that's evil in it itself.
Yes.
Yes.
That is true.
Absolutely. Absolute sweetness corrupts absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Do you have anything else to say before we let you go, or do you want to stick around?
Sure. There's barely any people right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is playing, so yeah, sure.
All right.
Why not?
I'll let Mark sit down
hang
while I
out.
try and fix this.
Yeah, sure.
And then you guys can just, shoot the breeze,
Yeah.
talk about whatever you want, or talk about nothing. It's up to you guys. I'm going to try and fix the technical difficulty that we've
sure.
got going on right now.
All right. So, well, first of all, thank you for that. What's that olfactory
Yes,
adventure?
olfactory
Yeah.
adventure. Very nice word.
I learned a lot from
Yep,
that.
yep.
Like, oh my gosh. I didn't know you could make cologne from all those different
Yeah.
sources.
Yep.
This event today, it's about people starting out the D&D.
Yep.
I'm guessing you play D&D yourself.
Oh yeah.
What
It's
was your
my
first
first RPG actually.
So I guess that's true for a lot of people
Yeah.
here too. Like, I'm guessing like 90% of people who, 90% of people who are here, at least, it's their first RPG as
Yeah.
well as their first brush with
Yeah.
D&D. What was your first experience with D&D like? Like, what edition did you try out?
Actually, 5th edition. I'm relatively new to the hobby. I've only
Wow.
been playing since 2016, so 3 years.
Wow,
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
And you're already passionate enough about it to be
I
making these things.
I haven't played tabletop RPGs, but I've played a lot of RPGs over the years.
Yeah.
From Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
to Icewind Dale, Planescape Torment, all sorts of RPGs. So yeah, it's like a natural progression for me.
That's so true. We were talking about it earlier. Like, what makes D&D like a great gateway
Yeah.
is that like people play video games.
Yeah.
And video games, in part at least, are a lot of them are inspired by D&D.
Yeah, that's
so it
true.
comes full circle.
That is true.
Comes full circle.
That's why sometimes there are also players who tend to bring their gamer mentality into tabletop games. So that's why you get min-maxers, power
Right,
gamers,
right.
because they're wired to do those sort
play
of
that
things.
way, yeah.
So once you start opening them up to more actual role play to more storytelling, then that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, Santogoy himself, like over in chat,
Hey,
he started his
same.
D&D 5e also in 2016.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary to you guys.
Third year.
Um,
Oh, I'm being sweet with Mark right now too.
Although we don't have an anniversary, but um,
Actually, what is Dicecast anniversary?
I have no idea.
I need to. You know what?
I have no
let's
idea.
let's look up our history
Okay.
because we need to celebrate ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
We do. Yeah. So, when you first played D&D, was it homebrew or AL?
AL actually.
AL.
Yep.
That is something very new to me. Like I have yet to try AL.
Yeah.
Like I would really love to try it. I just can't seem to. Like if we're not covering the event, I'm busy.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate side
Yep,
effect of this passion project.
Yeah. The main thing that I really like about Adventurers League, it's
Yeah.
one of those groups that really try to bring in more people into the hobby. It's a very, since it really promotes public gaming or jumping from one table to another, since everything is, there's a certain set of rules that everyone needs to follow.
Right.
So it makes it more easier to, what do they call this, to play from one table to another without, like in homebrew games, right? So one DM doesn't allow this rule, but the other allows it. So it gets really confusing.
But
especially
AL,
for you.
it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's standardized.
Yeah, it's standardized, so
Yeah.
it's easier for you to, if you can't play, let's say you move jobs, you went from working in QC, suddenly you're in like Taguig now.
Right.
There's a different community who's also playing AL, so it's very easy.
Ah, okay. So, what was I gonna say? Like, with that's one of the advantages of AL. Like you're saying, it's a modern solution
Yeah.
to a modern problem. Like, how do you find a table?
Yeah.
How do you play regularly?
And social media has been very, very useful to promoting the hobby. I wouldn't have known about people playing this if not for Facebook.
So you saw like local communities
Yeah.
posting about D&D.
I just joined a random D&D group. Then all of a sudden someone posted, "Hey, want to play game?" Then I said, "I'm not doing anything this day, so sure." Then, so here we still are.
Yeah, Facebook isn't all bad, I guess.
Not all bad. Sometimes it can be very useful.
It can actually bring people together.
Yep,
like
yep,
they're one of those rare moments that it works as intended.
Yep.
But yeah, it's true. It's very convenient.
Yeah, very convenient.
According to Santogoy in chat, I would say also that like it's the way they put out hardcovers, like and adventures
Yeah,
for AL.
Yes.
There's kind of a meta story going on.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the main things about
Yeah.
Adventurers League as well.
Yeah.
Which is there's a meta story ongoing. So being part of it, it's quite interesting to see how everything, how the story of the world progresses
How it all
while
fits
you're
together.
playing along with it. So it's pretty nice.
So where are we at now? Like in AL?
Currently, we're going to hell.
Yeah, that's what Descent into
Yes,
Avernus is
Descent
all
into
about.
Avernus. I'm very excited for it.
Have you played it yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're still playing Ghost of Saltmarsh, and we've been in a very long hiatus with our group. So I don't know when I'm going to actually play Descent into Avernus.
Well, there's more events coming up
Yeah,
before
yeah.
the end of the year. I'm
Yeah.
sure, like, whether it's AA Manila or
Yeah.
Greasy Snitches
Yeah,
or
actually,
Low Web.
Grizzly Snitches, we're doing Money Popcorn in November.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you
so-
running games there? AL games there?
Oh yeah, we're going to run 2 epics.
Wow.
I forgot which ones.
Okay, for those of our viewers who are, or those viewing us who are not familiar yet with epics, what are epics and how is that different from regular AL?
So for epics, what we do is it's a multi-table event. So usually everyone is playing towards a certain goal. So if we do the objective, then everyone wins. If
Okay.
not, then well, that's just sad.
So to be clear, like here. Okay. All right. We just learned that another partner of the event is gonna be guesting on stream. But before we get to that, like the players here, they aren't playing an epic, right?
Yeah, right now they're not playing an epic. It's just multiple games running along each other. So, but for an Epic, it's just one big game. Everyone is playing this game. So different tiers. So tier 1, tier 2, tier 3s, depending on the Epic.
So the closest analog you can think of is like raids, right?
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah, exactly.
Raids in MMORPGs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's like in raids, especially in World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
there's different parties. So your one table is one party, another is another party, and everyone is working together
Right.
to finish the epic.
Right. Well, so you were saying gamers in Manila can look forward to Manila PopCon,
Yeah.
where Greasy Snitches will be running a pair of epics.
Yes.
All
So
right,
Saturday
awesome.
and Sunday.
Are these gonna be like from Descent into Avernus? In line with that?
One
or-
is for Salt Marsh, the other
Okay.
one is for Descent.
Okay. So
But don't
variety.
don't quote me on that.
Okay, so what you can do if we don't wanna, if we're not gonna quote you on that, you can follow Greasy Snitches on Facebook,
Yeah.
on Twitter, on IG to get updates on those upcoming events. But for today, for AA Manila,
Yeah.
what parting words? Like, what are these guys? What is in store for them? Like these new adventurers here after today, after being onboarded, like initiated into adventuring parties, the world of D&D. What awaits them? Like, what can they look forward to?
What awaits them? More adventure.
More adventure?
More adventure. They will now see the beauty
Mm-hmm.
and the wonder that is Dungeons and Dragons or just RPGs in general, and that's always nice for the hobby. I myself DM most of the time now since it's easier.
Uh-huh.
Since people don't want to DM, but now with more people playing
For every DM.
forever
For
DM.
every DM.
So yeah, more people, more possible DM. So we can get to play finally.
Finally. That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah, yep.
All
so,
right.
Yeah, thank you for having me
Dude,
here.
thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on the stream. We hope we can do this more often.
Yes,
Like in the
yes.
future, even if we're not in the same physical space, like we do guestings on Table Talk.
Yes.
If you guys have any special announcements, let us know.
Yeah,
We'd love to
definitely.
feature you guys
Definitely.
and for Hey Me playing,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Greasy Snitches, anything that people should know about, we would love to put it out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Oh, I won't shake your hand right now because you have to handle some delicates.
Thank you.
All right. And then let me just fix the lower thirds here because we have another interviewee. This is going to be Julie from Daisuki. Daisuki Des on Facebook. And I don't have her. This is kind of an impromptu interviewee, so we don't have a logo. But we can definitely just use a generic logo for now. Go ahead and pop that up on the stream. It should be there just in a moment. So, replace, and here we go. So when she's ready, she'll come on over. Mark. Yes. So what we have actually.
Can I ask if they mind if we show?
Sure. You know what? I'll go ahead. Where's my phone? Oh my
It's
god.
over there, behind the coffee. Let's ask
All right.
first, okay?
I will ask first.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna help JP transition the screen in a bit, but basically, some new players over here are already using their Hey Me playing character folios that you can get. You can order from their online store. Hey Me playing the crit kit. It not only comes with a character folio, but and here it is in action. So one of the new players who will be playing D&D today here at Ready Level 1, you can see they're already drawing their character portrait. They've, I guess, filled up. I can't really see, but I guess they've filled up already their basic stats and all that. Yeah, you can see how it's, like the D&D 5th Ed character sheet. It's economical. But, nothing beats a personalized touch. Really, seriously. It's pretty cool. Santagoy over in chat says, did someone... Oh, there is a Descent into Avernus game tomorrow. I'm guessing that is at Serpent Sundays over at Buku Buku Cafe in SM South Mall. Check those out. You can find the details on Facebook.
Yeah, just or in Philippine tabletop RPGs, they usually post updates on what they are running there. Santagoy also says, did someone roll a natural one? There's a lot of cries in the background here. I'm running out of my throat is shot trying to keep up with the noise level, honestly, and the caffeine I need to ingest to keep this going isn't helping at all. And yes, epics do seem like real fun. We've covered one or a couple, and I still can't wrap my head around it really. So yeah. These dudes look like they're having the time of their lives. Smiles all around, you know. It's such a good turnout. It's such a good turnout. And see, everyone is just enjoying playing D&D, enjoying craft, handcrafted products like the Hey Meepling character folios. The people who paid a little extra today also got their own locally made dice by Daisuki, who will be guesting on the channel in a bit.
People are just waiting for a table to clear out.
These are the walk-ins.
Yeah, these are walk-ins.
Okay. Wow. We should run. No, we don't want to ruin their day.
No, we might just give them that here.
Yeah, NPE. No, we don't want to risk that. Amazing. It's really amazing today. Like session 0 was a different kind of amazing, right? Like session 0 kind of showed us like what the local scene has to offer in terms of game developers, of creatives. This is, the other side. In terms of consumers, people who want to get into tabletop RPGs, who are looking for the opportunity to play at the table, which AA Manila has very graciously, offered to them by putting together this event.
For the community. It's a community building event today, which I think is exactly what we need. Because there's a lot of events that talk about products and talk about new releases like the Central Awareness, which ironically is kind of what we're talking about today too. But none that really do open up avenues for new people
Right.
to get into the hobby as much as today's is. I don't know why I'm still standing up. I can actually sit down.
I know. You can sit
Sorry.
down.
Let's go ahead and sit down. Here we go. So what we're gonna have right now is Yuki from Daisuki. Hi Yuki. So come on, yeah, you can sit down right here. So this is Yuki from Daisuki Des on Facebook. The mic is quite sensitive, so you're gonna have to speak almost directly
Alright.
into it, like kind of what I'm doing right here. Okay. So Julie, tell us about Daisuki, what you do, and what it's about.
Alright, so Daisuki is a dice shop. Basically, we sell one of the cheapest dice in the metro. And I started Daisuki so that everyone can have dice. And our main mission is for everyone who plays D&D or any TRPG to have dice so that they can continue to spread their love for rolling. And what I mean by love for rolling is their love for games. So when you roll dice, you play with your friends. And when you play with your
fair.
friends,
Yeah.
you have fun and you have these experiences that are so unique that you'd always have in your memory. And I really think it's really important for games to have these moments. And the thing that helps us have these moments are our dice. And you know that feeling when you crit or you have a natural one.
Oh
It
yeah,
just-
yeah.
It adds to the experience.
You've
and
got that
knowing
rush
that,
of adrenaline, those endorphins
Yes.
rushing to your brain.
And
you
knowing
kind
that
of
I
feel
can
like
help.
the dice is on your side, no?
Yeah, exactly. And knowing that I could give them the dice that could give them those feelings just really parang fills me with so much joy that I just kept doing this and until Daisuki reached to what it is today.
That's super sweet.
Yeah,
naman.
yeah.
It's like you're indirectly influencing their experience
Yes.
and enjoying it vicariously through the dice that you sell. Now, to be clear, Daisuke also sells other products, which I saw at your table.
Yeah.
But what you've brought with you right now
Oh.
are the dice, is it?
Yes.
And did you bring all of what you have available, or is this just a small selection?
Actually, it's just a small selection of
Mm-hmm.
dice. So we have one of the cheapest dice in the metro nga. It's usually these the really simple dice. And for me kasi it really doesn't matter as long as when you see this dice, you know na you want it. And I don't want you guys to like think, oh, I can't afford it or maybe next time. I want you to actually have it.
Okay.
So I keep it cheap.
So how much do your dice run for? Like, what's the general range of the price range of your
Well,
merchandise?
My cheapest dice are actually, I sell it for as cheap as 150. So these
That's
are the
really low.
150 dice.
So these dice right now on screen that you're seeing, the nice neon orange is 150.
Yeah.
Then we've got this purple set right here. Is that also 150?
Yes. So these simple ones, they're really generic, but you know, when you see it and it fills you with joy, you just have to get it, right?
It's a very Marie Kondo kind of philosophy. If it sparks
Actually.
joy, buy these dice.
Yeah, because I've had a lot of customers who are like, oh my god, it's so pretty, I have to have it. And
Aw.
I really just like seeing them enjoy just having the dice. And
Wow.
of course, we also have like a lot of other designs. They might be pricey though, but they're still one of the cheapest compared to the other variants. So these go for up till 300.
So this is a little bit more expensive, but still not in the realm of unreasonableness because
Yeah.
we're used to seeing dice sold at stores, physical retail stores for like 500, 600
Yeah.
pesos. So this one is really nice. What do you call these colors?
Well, we really don't have a name for them.
Okay.
It's just that this one, I call this like orange candy or sashimi dice because it really looks like sashimi.
Yeah, it looks like salmon sashimi.
Right? Or like sushi.
Mm.
I just let the customers name their own dice. I think it gives a quirky feel to it.
Okay.
And then we also have like unique dice like this. These are glow in the dark. Actually.
those are glow in the dark. How can we
Yeah.
test that? Let's see.
It's so hard to test it because you have to.
It has to be
expose it
completely
to light.
dark.
Yeah. You see a little glow in there.
Actually, it doesn't get picked up on camera so well, but I can see a little bit of glow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then we are also partnered with this small store called Power Word Craft. So
Okay.
Power Word Craft is actually run by a close friend of mine. And they make these like crochet dragon egg pouches.
Oh, that's handmade.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these can fit up to like 5 sets of dice.
That's a lot of
And
dice.
If you really just want to have this unique way in storing your dice, you can go ahead and on their Facebook page or you can order from Daisuke because we are actually a partnered store.
And you can find Daisuke on Facebook at
Yeah.
facebook.com/daisuke-desu.
Yeah.
Daisuke desu.
Daisuke desu.
Yes. We can throw up later. We can throw up your Facebook page on
Sure,
on
thank
stream so that
you.
people can see it. But what would you say, aside from the price, what would you say sets Daisuke's products apart from the rest of? Because there's a lot of people, who are selling their handcraft items, their curated items as well. Is there a special process that you go through or research that you go through to finalize, like what you want to put on your products on your Facebook page?
Well, actually, Daisuke started with me just wanting more dice because I also have dragon sickness. So I wanted to get dice, but I can't exactly afford it.
Okay.
So I started to look for cheaper alternatives, and then I figured out, or rather, I found someone who can supply it to me. But it was rather pricey because I had to buy in bulk.
I see.
But
Okay.
it was pretty cheap. So I thought, hey, maybe I could like gather up a few friends and we could buy it together.
Okay.
And then I realized na if I save up enough money, I can actually start a business just selling these dice. And then I started to get more. I actually started selling just 10 sets to a select few friends. I started 10 sets and then when I got profit from it, I started to reinvest. And then my capital just grew and grew until I stored like 80 to 100 sets. And I just kept going.
you got.
And then I got more dice.
My gosh, they just keep spawning. You're like a Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
Then, because like she has a ridiculous amount of dice. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of scary, honestly. Sometimes.
I actually didn't think of starting the business at first. I just wanted more dice. And then I thought if I could be someone who could get more dice for people who can't afford it like me, then that would be so great.
Okay. So you and your partner. I'm sorry. What was his name?
Nicolo.
Nico. So you and your partner run this Facebook page
Yeah.
together. I'm gonna put it up on stream right now. Hopefully it cooperates with me because sometimes you know how it is with technology. There's things can go wrong. Let's just say.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a window capture here. Go ahead and capture. Oh, it's gonna be live in a little bit. There you go. And we'll put you right here.
There.
How are you finding the event today, by the way?
Oh, it's really great. I was surprised with like the amount of people who wanted to try D&D.
You know, it's funny. Even the organizers were surprised with
Oh
the
my
amount of
God.
people.
Because I think we're used to like people registering. We're not used to like this many walk-ins. I've
Right.
been in many events and the walk-ins aren't as much as they are now. So I guess they were just overwhelmed.
So
I'm really
here-
happy actually because
so are we. Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
incredible. Like just the sheer amount of people who are showing up today just shows that there's that much interest in Dungeons and Dragons.
know.
And Adventures Anonymous is doing a great job at
They are.
bringing people into the fold. It's
I'm
it's
so
kind
glad
of
they
amazing.
actually invited me out here.
They invited you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always wanted to see events and I don't always have the money to go kasi.
Right,
But
right.
to actually be here and see this like unravel, it's so fun. Seeing people enjoy.
It's kind of you kind of feed off the energy. You know?
Yeah.
Like it must be tiring. Running a booth, showing off your wares, explaining it.
But it's so worth it.
But it's so worth it because you're seeing the smiles on these people's
Yeah.
faces. You're getting the happy energy that they are exuding, and it shows in your work. Which, by the way, we can show off now.
Oh, wow.
So this is your Facebook page.
Yeah.
Do you have a? There you go. What do you
There.
want to say about your Facebook page first and foremost? Would you
Well-
like to be the one to browse through it or no?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, my Facebook page kasi, I have to apologize because I haven't really posted a lot. But I've usually been like showcasing my dice. A few friends have actually helped me get the pictures because I don't really have the equipment. And I'm just so happy that a lot of people actually supported me here because I used to do this alone. Because, well, I didn't have the resources. I just wanted to sell more dice. I just
Right.
wanted people to have dice. And then people would like, oh, I have pictures of your dice. Do you want to share it on your page? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And then a lot of people started inviting me to events and partnering with me, like here in Hey Me Bling. I was actually surprised because they were the ones who approached me and said, do you want to sponsor dice or partner with us? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm so G. And then I get a lot of shout outs, which I was so surprised because I don't know how this works. This is my first business and I do this alone. And then I get interviews and I get features and I'm just so overwhelmed with the support
Do
that
you mind
people
me
are giving
asking
me.
if you have another job, or if this is your sole source of income
This
now?
is rather my sole source of income
Wow.
because I'm actually just studying.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I just do this on the side because it's mostly not even for the money. It's just so that I could give more dice to people. It's the drive that newbies really want their own dice so
Right.
that they can keep going on their adventures and to be the one to give them that energy or that motivation. Here's your dice. Keep playing, please. I want to see you in more tables.
That's amazing.
It's just great.
Now, the fact that you're able to do this even on the side while you're studying, which, by the way, is not not easy to do. It is not a time-consuming. It is a very time-consuming task. How do you balance being able to run this store while also still studying in school? Because that's something that I personally never had to
Yeah.
worry about. I never had to work while in school, which I thank my
Yeah.
lucky stars for, but I also feel like it probably arrested my development in some way.
Well, a thing I'd like to do is, well, since I usually have time to play games,
Yeah.
parang I partner it with that. So every time I go to a table, I go like, hey guys, did you know I sell dice? Or I usually manage my time and say, okay, I have an event, I'll put this here, and then I'll study at night, or I'll just keep my studies in check. And
Okay.
of course, priorities.
Right. Prioritization is always the key. Yeah.
But since if I have time to play, I have time to advertise my thing.
That's a good mindset to have. Like, if you have time for recreation, you have time for literally anything more
Yeah.
productive than recreation.
And it goes hand in hand because my hobby is actually what I'm selling.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is there any product that you're selling? Because so far we've seen the dice, we've seen the
The pouches.
custom knitted pouches. Is there any product that you are not currently selling but wish that you could?
So, well, actually, my dice come from a supplier nga. So, it's basically a buy and sell thing. One thing I really, really want to try getting into is actually making my own dice.
Oh, wow.
Because I've seen people make it.
Yes.
I always get so jealous because they get to customize their own dice. And I always wanted to try my hand at it. So maybe someday, if I get the resources, I could make my own dice.
Yeah, maybe. You can go to, you've heard of Natural 20 PH.
Yeah.
They make their own
I actually
dice.
have a set. So like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just so happy that people are starting to make their own dice because it's so pretty.
Did you hear about the workshops that they threw?
I did. I was supposed to go. However, I have Saturday classes kasi.
I see. Yeah. That's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I know that these kinds of events, like especially if you're a student or if you're working, these kinds of events are not easy to attend. So it's really good that you were able to find the time or make the time to come here. Can I ask, did you have a lot of sales today?
Yes, I actually did because a lot of newbies here really wanted their dice, and
Oh, yeah.
it just makes me happy because I'm doing my job.
This was, I think, a huge boon for
Yeah.
you and for Hey Meepling, which, by the way, we are partners with to sell their critical kits
Yeah.
on Steam. I think you caught one of the streams where we talked about Dice Ski.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a boon because all of these newbies want to play D&D, but they've never played before, so it makes sense. A lot of them might not have their own
Yeah.
equipment, their own dice set, their own notebook, even a pencil. Because honestly, if you're not a role player, who carries pencils around these days?
That's
Right.
so true.
A pen's understandable, but pencils, I think we all left that behind in grade school
Yeah.
days. It's pretty
And
crazy.
it's so interesting because Hey Meepling's pencils are actually have those seeds.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cute.
Do you have any like? It's a push to be more eco-aware.
Yeah.
Do you have products that you want to, that you want to also share that same kind of awareness?
Well, for awareness, I usually have my dice packed in these mesh bags just so that I don't have to use plastic anymore.
Oh yeah.
And I actually also partner with like Power Word Craft, these types of pouches, so that I also like supporting the local stores din kasi. Like Natural 20 and Power Word Craft. I also partnered with this supplier of these pouches. They're handmade and embroidered.
Handmade and embroidered. Yeah, show it up there first because we have technical difficulties again with the. Here we go.
There.
Bag of holding. That's really cool. So they're handmade here locally.
Yes.
Nice. Support local, everyone. Do they take customization options? Like, can you?
Currently not yet. We
Okay.
have like a set of designs though. There are like 9 designs of 3 colors.
That's like your dream, though, right? You want to be able to do custom stuff.
Yeah, honestly, if anything, I want the shop to be able to do customs then. Oh, and also, I've been supporting this friend of mine. She's a local artist.
Okay.
And I've been, what do you call this? I've been pushing her to do more D&D art. So currently, we're actually selling one of her designs. We have 12 designs of D&D classes. Her pins, actually, I'm wearing one right now.
Oh wow. So this was also I saw this on your table.
Yeah.
Actually.
This is the Rogue one. We
That's
have
cool.
for all classes. She designed this herself, and I'm so proud of her. She also has stickers, and she also does custom, or rather commissions for your D&D art. Her name is Miraki. She actually has a Facebook page, and I've been supporting her ever since we were in high school.
Wow.
And I'm just so glad that she's still continuing her art.
Yeah, much like the same way that we were feeding off the energy of all of these attendees today, we
Yeah.
kind of feed off the energies of our fellow craftsmen and fellow, I want to say, passionate merchants,
Yeah.
our mercantile fellows who want to, share their love for the hobby to as many people as possible. And sometimes the best way to do that is to sell merch.
Yeah. Actually, if anyone's interested in partnering with Daisuke, I'm very much G with that. I've been actually currently I think I'm partnered with like 3 people.
Wow.
Like Power Word Craft, Hey Meepling, and the maker of these pouches. And of course, my artist friend, so that's like 4 people pala. I really want people to have an avenue to maybe sell their wares.
Yeah.
And if I could help, I'm so down for it.
Well, you can add Dicecast to your list of partners because this unofficial interview is, you could say, your
course.
first stepping stone into new media advertising or new media marketing. So I'm glad that you could be here to join us on stream. I know that you might have to get back to your table soon.
It's all right.
But is there anything that you want to share before we end the interview, or would you like to just keep going and talk about anything under the sun?
Well, I think I'd like to invite people watching this to like my Facebook page, just so I could continue and spread our love for rolling, because
Great.
in the end, I just really want people to have this fun experience. I'd also like to invite people to try Adventurous League, and maybe I'll plug the 3 main groups here. It's Greasy Snitches, Adventurers Anonymous, the organizers of this event, and League of Extraordinary Best Friends. I'd also like to express my gratitude to them, because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't know about Adventurous League and the community.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say na how much I love this community, and I'm so glad that a lot of people are getting into it, and maybe one day we'd achieve our goal of D&D at every table.
It's gonna be. I think it's getting there. We're reaching a critical mass. Would you say, Mark? Where
know.
there's going to soon be a tipping point where there's just so many people into it here. It'll be impossible for the love of the hobby to go unnoticed
Yeah.
to the rest of the
I think I
Philippine,
can't
the local
express
community.
enough how glad I am a lot of people are getting into the community.
Yeah.
I just love meeting new people and hearing their stories. And maybe someday they'd come back to me and say, "Oh my God, your dice did this to our campaign." I just love it when I hear that.
So people already do that. They go up to you and
They
say that I
actually
rolled a critical
do.
20 on your.
Yeah. There was this one time at an epic event, someone came up to me and said, "Julie, one of your dice actually helped us with divine intervention." They rolled a 2, and it actually saved their whole party. And
Wow.
I was so happy. I wanted to jump in joy just to know that my dice gave them that feeling.
For those of you in the unaware, a divine intervention is a spell that only works 5% of the time, or
It's like
less.
lower
like
sometimes.
2%. Sometimes you can only win on a 1 out of 100, which is kind of crazy.
So
So yeah, you can honestly rest saying that you sold a set of dice that succeeded on divine intervention. That's
it's
pretty
so
cool.
fun. There was another one. He actually DMs here right now.
Mm-hmm.
He bought this metal dice set from me. And then there was this one time I was playing under him, and he kept critting on my own character. He killed my character 3
Oh, God.
times with my own
With your own
dice.
dice. Oh man.
It was an experience.
That's kind of would you say that was kind of a mixed bag of experiences
Well,
for you,
know,
or mostly
I
positive
wouldn't
for
say
him?
that the dice kind of, betrayed me there.
Mark is saying that was the
You
ungrateful child.
dice. But I'm happy because it really uplifted the spirits of everyone.
Aw.
Seeing my character die 3 times.
Hey, come on, step in. This is Lance.
Earlier than I thought.
Yeah, she
How's it
was
going,
able
guys?
to. Here, Lance, you want to say a couple words about Adventures Anonymous, about the table that you're running, or about this event in general?
We are overwhelmed by the number of people who want to try playing this game. It's fantastic. So many walk-ins. We need more people. We need people to man the booths and everything now. It's crazy.
We need more people, we need more tables, we need more space, we need more everything.
We need more space.
Yeah. I'm really glad to see lots of newbies come here and have fun. Sorry to interrupt. I gotta make my rounds again. See you guys later, guys.
So Lance is our personal DM at the live games, which are forever in hiatus for Dicecast. But he's also Adventures Anonymous's, I would say, one of the core dudes at their group. And also Downtown Dudes.
Yeah.
They ran the charity event for Neil Namoro here in Fully Booked a couple months ago. Yeah. He's very active, and he's also running an impromptu table, which was just put together today
Oh,
because
what?
they didn't expect as many walk-ins as they did.
Wow. So fun. See, this is why we want people to go, because more people in AL means more games for us.
Yep. Before you go, Julie, I have a suggestion for you. This is an idea that I had in mind for like selling dice sets that are just a little bit different from the normal 7 dice set for D&D. There's a lot of people who probably only have 1 set of dice, and that's
Yeah.
fine, right? But
I mean, sure.
sure. If you want to overwork your dice that way, that's
yeah.
fine.
You can never have too many dice.
But like, I was thinking of ways to try and convince or try and show the merit of having multiple dice sets. And one of the things that I had in mind was a dice set that is very specific to an action for your character, like a dice set just to roll Fireball. And that would come with a D20, right, to roll the 2 hit for Fireball, and like 8 D8s to cover the maximum range of your.
Actually, no?
So
Meteor Sword.
Fireball is a
40
save, but for damage. All right, and the D20, I guess, would be an extra. So yeah, right. Or maybe a better example would be Eldritch Blast. Right, you can sell a dice set that is Eldritch Blast,
I
and
was
it comes
thinking
with
like something like the health potions.
or a health
Like
potion.
a superior health potion has like
Yeah.
D4s, right?
Bunch
Or
of
I'll put it in a
D4s.
bottle.
Yeah, and then
I
it has
actually
a nice
have
container.
a lot of ideas. It's just
Yeah.
that, we're getting there.
So many ideas, so little time, right?
Actually, Daisuke right now is still steadily growing. I'm starting from the bottom kasi. And I'm just so glad that we're actually stepping up. We're having a lot of products. Right now, I have pouches, I have chests. And I only thought I was gonna sell dice. Now I sell a lot of things. I sell I even have dice trays. Unfortunately, I don't have right now, but I do. And I'm just so happy that I could supply players with that unique experience of having more than dice. Those accessories that they could flex for their friends.
Nice.
And maybe someday.
Do you kind of regret using the name Daisuke? Because considering you're selling more than just dice now.
Well, I actually don't because Daisuke for me is a really cute name. And actually
It
right
is.
there,
Yeah.
I have my mascot, Desu. And maybe someday I really want a stuffed toy of him, right? Because he's really cute, and I have my friend to thank for that.
That's great. So I'm gonna put it up here on stream one more time. This is Daisuke's logo. Oops. How does that work? Clicking on that doesn't work. Right? There you go.
There.
This is Suki.
It's Desu.
A Desu. This
Yeah.
is Desu, their mascot. Daisuke is an up-and-coming. Julie mentioned she started from the bottom, but that's okay. That's where everyone starts.
Yeah.
But she's quickly rising through the ranks. I think a lot of people are going to be seeing a lot more of you in the coming months.
I hope so too.
So thank you very much for sitting here with us.
course.
If you feel like it, just come back here. We can
Oh,
just
sure.
talk about whatever. We're gonna be here until like 6:30, 7. One of the last things that we're gonna try and do is get interviews from the players and GMs who have run this event.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Good to meet you. And maybe in the future, good to partner with you as well.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So that was Dice. That was Julie from Dice Ski. She's great. She wasn't sure whether she could actually attend today because, well, we heard from Lance that Julie wouldn't make it due to being late, but she made it after all. She noticed that we got Dan from
Yeah.
Hey Meepling over. She noticed that we were taking in anyone who would want to come up on stream, and that's still true as of now. If you guys are watching and you're coming here and you're going to be here within the hour,
Yeah.
and you want to just shoot the breeze on stream,
I was
Come
gonna
on.
say, let's try and see if one of the people waiting for a table would like to come
Okay.
on the show.
Sure.
Like, let's just ask them, what they think is in store for them.
okay.
If they've played any kind of RPGs, like tabletop or otherwise before, board games,
Okay,
Like,
I'm
what
gonna
the
do
things
that
are.
right now. I'll ask for invites, I'll ask for volunteers.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, just go ahead and fill the dead air, I suppose. Although there's not much dead air.
There's not much dead air.
There's so much going on right now. I
Yeah.
wish we had more cameras. I honestly do.
Yeah. If we
I'll
could
be right
only
back.
tap into fully booked CCTV system.
Oh my God, that would be the
that
dream.
would be the best.
But then I don't know what to expect. We might accidentally tap into the bathroom CCTV or something.
God.
That'd be kind of scary. All right, I'll be right back with
All right.
hopefully a volunteer or two.
from the walk-ins.
Okay,
Yeah.
what would you say you would want to ask them?
No, just what brought them here?
'Kay.
Like, have they been looking to play D&D for a long time?
Okay.
Is this something they just discovered and wanted to try out for
Okay.
the moment? Why are they here and what are they looking forward to?
Sure. All right. I'll ask around.
Yeah. All right. So, wow. I don't know. Julie's story. It's really inspiring. Like a lot of people here, as young as these organized events are, as these businesses cropping up around the hobby are. A lot of these really are passion projects. Lance is super passionate about this. I wouldn't expect any less of him. He DM'd on the fly. Wouldn't expect any less from the Iron DM. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Lance right here, he at one of the events called Dauntless by Gamers and GMs, he ran, I think, D&D for 24 hours. Was that at Dauntless or something else? I'm not sure. But Lance is, quite a force of nature as a DM. Well, always keeps you on your toes. Always, keeps you guessing, keeps things exciting. Never runs out of material, in my experience anyway. He's awesome. But Julie herself, she's, from what I gleaned of her conversation with JP, she is, I think, a working student. Converting her passion for RPGs and dice into a self-made business. Really, really cool stuff. Also, the people from Hey Meepling, they just wanted to make their own experience better, and in so doing are making the gaming experience of others better. And you can see it here. You can see it in these people leafing through their players, their character sheets, their character folios, working on preparing for the first adventures. It's infectious. And we're all here having fun, enjoying D&D. It's pretty awesome. And JP's back. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Marielle.
Hi. Actually, for AA, I'm called Archdruid Mary.
Archdruid Mary.
Yes, because
Are-
I'm main a druid for D&D.
Oh, okay. So, do all of you guys have designations?
Yes, actually, we do.
Oh, cool. Nice. Oh. So, you're here. Wait, curiously, what is Lance's designation?
Lance is the orc accountant. So he's an orc accountant.
Okay. And
So how he explained this is that he rages, but he does a lot of the number crunching.
he bashes numbers.
Yes, he
Yeah,
bashes
he
numbers
destroys
and he
numbers.
bashes our financial numbers for us.
Awesome. How about Marek, for example?
Marek is our dragon queen because she is Tiamat.
Oh, right. I remember. Action to Aid.
Yes.
She was physically there as Tiamat.
Yes, she is our Tiamat, hence she is the dragon queen.
All right. So, you are here to share a bit of like what goes on behind the scenes to put together an event like this of this scale. You know, a bit of community building, but like really, there is a lot of work that goes into an event like this. So, yeah, like why don't you tell us and the audience?
Alright. So,
goes on?
it did start that we did want to create a newbie-centered event. And with the help of Lance, Miguel, and Rue, who met up with Fully Booked, we pitched the proposal to them since we know that Fully Booked has a really good market and hold on the different D&D books that people buy. And
Right.
a lot of us, even for our Descent of Avernus books, which just released, we bought it from here in Fully Booked. So it was a good idea to pitch an event to Fully Booked, like, hey, we buy your books, we love D&D. Would you like to do an event with us? And from there, with the process, they managed to let us in. So we're here right now. We're sponsored.
Awesome.
Our venue is sponsored by Fully Booked, and we have a booth right now selling different books, the starter kits, the essentials kits that just came out. So if you're a budding DM, it's a good thing to buy right now.
That table is really impressive. It's really something else. Like it has it's almost the whole catalog of
Yes,
D&D,
it does.
right?
It has a beginner adventure.
Yeah.
It has a set of dice. It has a DM screen.
Yeah.
So it's really good for starting DMs.
Like and the other books too. Like I think the only thing I see missing from that table is the battle maps, the grid. That's the only thing that's not there.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
We will make sure to recommend that to them to add the battle maps. That's true. There are DMs who like to use the grids,
Yeah.
but there are also DMs who are very good with theater of the mind.
That's
So
true.
I guess this is also one of those, like, you don't need a grid, you just need your imagination to play D&D.
D&D can swing both ways super
Yeah.
easily. Yeah.
I know. It's a game that you can play anytime, anywhere. You can have dice apps, but it's still really good to buy dice. So like from our event partner Dicekey, who is selling dice to all of our players here today.
Yeah, like we talked to Julie earlier. Like her story is nothing short of inspiring. Like
Aw.
same for like Kami playing like and you guys as well. Like this is people converting their passion projects
Oh, yes.
into something, to build communities, for people to have fun with. It's really
We
cool.
really love the community and we love giving back to the community. So we're just so happy right now that we have like these amount of people. We have over 100 right now, and
Yeah.
we even have a wait list. So it's just crazy.
The walk-ins I hear from Lance were like very unexpected. Like the
Yes.
amount of people like here waiting to be seated at the table to play a
There's
game.
line.
Like how many walk-ins do you guys have right
We
now?
have over 50 walk-ins right
Oh
now.
my gosh,
Yes,
that's
we do.
10 tables worth.
That's
Roughly.
No, that's 7 tables.
7
worth, or
tables
7
worth.
to 8.
Because 6.
Yes.
Okay.
So 7 players maximum per table.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of tables.
Yes,
That's
we have.
how long into the night are you guys going here?
We will be open until 11 p.m. So games will be free flowing until then, and hopefully it will keep going. Yes.
So like if anyone listening out here has somehow missed out on starting the event, is there a chance that they'd still be able to come over here, join a table,
Yes,
and
of course.
try D&D out?
Yes. When we will have more tables open later into the evening. So if people are still interested, they can still go over here. They can browse the different sponsors and event partners that we have, as well as register for the games. Right now, registration is closed because we have such a crazy
Yeah,
wait
there's
list.
a backlog.
Yes, but
yeah.
when the backlog has gone, we will be opening tables again.
Cool. So like going back a bit, so you guys approached Fully Booked
Yes.
for the partnership.
Yes.
Like after that, like was it hard to find like these many DMs to run beginner adventures for you guys, or like were there willing volunteers? Like is it did you hardly have to do any work in finding DMs to staff the event?
I think because we've been in the community for a long time.
Yeah.
We also know a lot of the DMs who are in the different cities here. So
Yeah.
we have friends that we have that are really good experience, that they've been in our epics before and our other events. And we are, but also at the same time, we always appreciate more DMs coming into the hobby and more DMs who are willing to join us in events. So even if we have a lot of our DMs here now, we would still be super happy if more people were willing to join us for our events, DM for our epics,
Awesome.
DM for our newbie events like this. So there's never enough DMs because players keep on coming and coming.
That's so true. That's why some people end up being forever DMs,
Yes.
right? Am I right?
Lance is a forever DM.
Yeah, unfortunately. Or fortunately for the rest of us. So, aside from the variety, to my understanding, there's a variety of DMs from different parts of Manila.
Yes.
Varying experience levels as well.
Oh yes.
Who is the newest DM on the block that you guys are featuring here? Like, how long have they been DMing?
Oh dear. Okay. I would have to go from the deepest recesses of my mind right now to
Or, yeah, just off the top of your head.
off the top of my head. Can I just wait? Let me just take a quick look
Sure.
at our list of
Like,
DMs.
DM
right
profiling.
now.
Yeah.
Let me just. Oh no, this is Let's see. Who is our newest DM? Actually, it might be. I'm not sure about this.
Uh-huh.
But this is a guy who is new to our events as a DM.
Uh-huh.
That would be Carlos Ray Manalo. I'm
Cool.
not sure how long he's been DMing, but I believe this is the first event that we've had him in.
Nice. And who is your most experienced DM? Like the one you've worked longest with? Probably a member of your crew as well.
Yes,
Who is
actually,
your-
I believe that would be Lance,
Lance.
who's been DMing the longest because I know that he's been DMing for even longer than AA has been alive.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Pro and veteran.
Yes,
Very
he's a
Lance.
pro and veteran. He is very good. I would definitely push Lance to DM for a lot of people because of how experienced he is, how long he's been DMing, and how he can go off the bat and be so creative and do voices and expressions and how he acts as a DM.
I was gonna say, like, he never seems to run out of curveballs to throw
Yes, he
your
does.
way.
He throws so many curveballs.
Yeah.
He knows how to really give you emotional turmoil as a character. Like
Yeah.
you never knew you wanted this, but I guess you want it now.
Yeah, I know that feeling very well. He did that to my character.
Oh.
Not in an unpleasant way.
Yes.
It's just like I didn't know I could feel so much about
Yes,
a new
exactly.
character.
You feel things.
Yeah. Aside from the variety of GMs, I also see a variety of players,
Yes.
like from all walks. It
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like all ages. You have some kids here
We
being
have kids.
DM'd
We
by
have their
Dino.
parents, their families. No,
Right.
actually, a lot of the people here today are definitely new to D&D. We have a few experienced players that have joined us for the event, but around 90% would be new players, new to the event. Like from the lobby, they just
Right.
saw they saw from the LED screen the
Yeah.
ad, and they just went upstairs
up.
and they were
That's
like
your walk-ins.
parents. Yes, those are
Oh my
walk-ins.
gosh.
They were just come in, and then also Fully Booked help us in promoting the event. So
Yeah.
some of them also came from Fully Booked.
So like you see some kids here playing D&D. I think Dino is the one.
Yes, Dino would be the
Dino
one
would be
who
the one
would be
DMing for them.
DMing.
And you have like some older players here. Who's the oldest? The moms and dads playing with millennials
Yes.
and teens. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, all sorts, all sorts.
It's a family-friendly event for sure. So I mean, what's better than to have an instant party than your family?
Right, right. There's an instant bond.
Yeah,
You
it's
want
an
to help each other right away.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, I just want to say congratulations
Thank you so
for
much.
putting together such a great event. Hopefully, we can interview like someone from A Manila again later. Like
Yes.
once things have settled down.
Sure. Yeah, everyone's
Hopefully,
just
a
so
player
busy.
and a DM as well. But yeah, thank you for coming on
Thank
the
you
show,
so much.
talking about what
Is
you
it
do.
okay if I thank our
Yes.
event partners and sponsors as well?
Please.
Okay.
Let
thank you
everyone
so
know what's
much.
going on.
Yes. So I would like to thank, of course, Fully Booked for our wonderful venue right now. They are also our raffle sponsors. So later at 6 p.m., we will be announcing our different winners for some of our raffle prizes, such as official D&D posters. We have a player's handbook. We have a starter kit as well to give out. So those are really exciting to give. We'd also like to thank Coca-Cola Brewery Philippines for our Thunder drinks that we're giving out to all of our players and even to Dicecast. So anyone can
Healing
get them
potions.
for free. They can just get
Yeah.
them. Yes, healing potions. Actually, they're more like haste in a bottle
Right.
because they're energy drinks.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, I had a
Gets your
friend who was
heart-
starting to palpitate
Oh my
because she just kept drinking them, and I told her, "Wait, stop."
Moderation.
Yes,
Everything in moderation. Yeah.
But
Even
now she's
D&D
correct,
in
yes.
moderation. Yeah.
Really, I don't practice that. My
It's
God.
it's easier said than done.
It's easier said than
Yeah.
done. I'd also like to thank Hey Meepling because she's she's selling her character tomes and they are handmade and they're also hand stitched, so that's really cool. We also have Daisuke who is selling dice to our newbies and they are starting their Click Clack collection, so those shiny Click Clacks. I would also like to thank, of course, Dicecast for being here today. I'm so happy that we're being premiered at Dicecast. Thank you so much. And of course, I would also like to thank our different artists that are here. So that would be Jean Australia, Velveteer, and Sai Vendeville. Yep. And then lastly, I would also like to thank the League of Extraordinary Best Friends for their help in character creation and helping with this event. So yes, thank you so much to our partners, our event sponsors. You are God sent. I rolled for my divine intervention and I got all of you.
So
I only got all
awesome.
of you. So thank you for helping Adventures Anonymous Manila. And thank you to all of our players here today. And if we have anyone at home who wants to try, please do like our Facebook page, Adventures Anonymous Manila, and watch out for our future events.
Yes. Do follow them. They are really cool people, and you'll be cool too. And you'll be in the know. More importantly, you'll be informed of future events, future where you can play D&D in a in this like wholesome environment that you see behind us.
I mean, there are people who came in alone,
Yeah.
and then they just found a party. So
They're the
that's-
brave souls
Yes, those
of
are
today.
brave
Yeah.
souls. Just came out. So
All
I'm
right.
super happy that we have so many people of all ages here. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Enjoy the event.
Yeah, please come. Like they said, more tables might open up later on during the day, as some adventures finish, and as people leave. They do take in walk-ins. They're just trying to more or less sort through everyone waiting for their turn so far. Like you saw it on our mobile cam, and as well like you see a bit of it over here on the left side of the screen. Lots of people waiting to be served their first adventures here at Ready Level 1. So, congratulations, really, Adventures Anonymous Manila, to all their partners, including Hey Meepling and Daisuke, and the artists here. It's such an awesome day for D&D.
Oh man,
I'm out of it.
me
I'm
too.
gone.
I'm like, we still have the potential possibility that there's a GM or a player after the games are ending in 10 minutes. The first round of games.
We
are
just
ending
gotta
in 10
hold on a
minutes.
bit more.
Yeah, just hold on a little bit more. I still want to get that interview with someone who was actually
Same.
here as an attendee.
I take it none of the waiting players in wait were
They-
game.
They thought it was cool, but I think they were too shy.
Yeah. It's a bit
Yeah.
much to put on their
It's-
shoulders.
I know,
early
I
on.
know. I figure like maybe if we incentivize them by letting the GM know that they came on stream, so they get
And they
like
get
an inspiration.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That
the
would
same
be
thing.
a cool way to do it, but I don't think that's AL legal.
It's cheating.
It's cheating. It's just flat out cheating. Let's just take a moment here to catch our breath. Gonna BRB for a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll see if we can talk to Lance because he finished GMing a few minutes ago. See you guys in a bit.
See you guys in a bit.
I don't know why it's red.
Hi, everyone.
And we're back. We're back from our stupid break,
Oh,
which
man.
we didn't have to take because it turns out Lance was ready to go the whole time.
There are so many people today. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
We had, I think he reached capacity of about 120 people today.
Did you get any warnings from your liaison? Did he say that this is too many people?
No, but we had to close Reg at a certain point in time.
It's pretty crazy though that you
Yeah.
got so much more people than you anticipated.
Yeah, we had like 70 something on pre-reg and about 50 people do walk-ins. We were flooded over and people are still waiting to get seats. It kind of shows though that there's a huge demand for Dungeons and Dragons, which I think is great.
Yeah, that was a common thread among all of our interviews is that there's such a demand, but like why only now? Was there a group that was brave enough to throw an event for D&D beginners?
Actually, that's not true. The Greasy Snitches have run several events for newbies.
Okay.
And yeah, not just for D&D.
Oh, okay. I'm
but they do a
sorely
lot
mistaken
of
then.
they do a lot of stuff. But I think
Sorry,
that
Paul.
in terms of scale, this might be the biggest because this is like 100 something people.
Right.
The previous events were run in Table Theft,
Oh,
which
I
about
see,
have like
I see.
5 or something so tables. But this one is more than 12 tables. This is about 14 to 16 tables.
Each with like 6
yeah.
to 8 players, I'd say, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. So this has been insane, and it's been awesome. And I'm tired, but I'm also very fulfilled.
Oh yeah, I mean not just as a event organizer, you're part of AA who threw this event and put it together, but you were also a GM, right?
Yeah,
so you
I-
just finished one of the tables a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to GM,
No.
but we had so many players, I just had to do it.
Man, clutch move. Did you even have anything prepared?
I memorized 2 modules.
Okay.
So I've run them so many times, I know them by heart.
Good. What would
Yeah.
you say about the players that you ran for? Were they all beginners?
They were all beginners. They've all played D&D before, but never Adventurers League. And
Okay.
they were, but they're new enough to be super enthusiastic when they roll 20, super enthusiastic when they don't die, that sort of thing.
Good,
They're
good.
not jaded like me, who've been playing for 5 years.
See, that's the thing. Like Mark, myself, you,
Yeah.
we've been entrenched in D&D for
Yes.
years. So this kind of perspective of a brand new experience is foreign to us, which is why I wanted to get some of the players, Sana, or like yourself, who might have first-hand or second-hand experienced the euphoria of rolling that first 20 or rolling that first natural one even.
I think I have friends who would be game to talk later, but they'll
Yeah.
be finished much later.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, so we'll see.
It's kind of intimidating, honestly. Even though this is our simplified setup already, I can see how a lot of people might be a little shy to
Yeah.
jump into the hot seat.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the general reactions of the players that you GM'd for. Did it feel like they would want to do something like this again?
Yeah, they seem like they would be interested in trying other games because this is their first time playing Adventurers League, and it's sort of like an MMO where you get to hop into many different tables. So when they learned that their magic items were transferable, when they learned that downtime activities let them get more side quests done or side activities done,
Right.
they were kind of excited. So I'm hoping to see them around.
Good. That's the whole draw of AL is the continuity aspect of it.
Yeah.
We were speaking a little bit about that earlier. Would you say that you are seeing a lot more people here who are trying D&D in general for the first time, or just AL?
Actually, when we did a survey for online sign up, I don't know about the walk-ins, but about 80 something percent are new who have never played, and
Not
that's
even
74
homebrew.
people.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like this is legit.
This
a
is
lot of
legit.
people's first experience of D&D at all
Yes,
ever.
exactly.
I'm hoping that they walked away with smiles on their faces.
Yeah, and I'd like to really thank our sponsors. I don't know, did Mary talk about them
Mary
already?
did, but go ahead. Talk about it in your own words.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of artists from Artist Alley. We got Sai and Jean and Trogo. And then we got also have Hey Meepling. They're a craft store that sell a lot of awesome stuff. They're snitches. Daisuke, who are also greasy snitches, selling lots of dice and crafts. And we had, of course, thank Fully Book for helping us run this event. And I think that D&D and events in general for TRPGs is going to get a renaissance because we have all these corporations getting in. We have
Yep.
Neutral Grounds, Gaming Library, Fully Booked, all of them getting into events.
Yeah.
And soon we're going to see conventions supported by that. And I think that is going to open up the floodgates for international participation.
I mean, that's the dream, to let people know all around the world that this is a D&D hotspot. you
yeah.
know.
And they have to know that the Philippines is the real deal. I also want to thank League of Extraordinary Best Friends. We were flooded, but having 7 extra people to help out is super awesome.
I mean, you need all hands on deck for an event like this.
We need all hands on deck for an event like this. And honestly, I think we need to expand our roster of people because we can't handle an event of this scale with just the number of people we have at this point. And not just that, but in November, the Greasy Snitches are going to have an event with 200 players.
Wow, that's
Which is gonna
easily double.
It's going to be in Solaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you need help, you can always turn to
Yep.
Dicecast. We're always happy to help you out,
Yeah,
at an event, whether as AA or as GM Lance for Dicecast.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, guys, for helping do media coverage. I'm probably gonna get a lot more hands on with media after I'm done getting married.
No, dude.
Because when I promised everyone after this event, I would take a break.
Yeah. You got to get that, that wedding stuff in order first. I was just talking to Camille, and she was saying that, it's a good thing that she has a lot of support from her family, from her friends, to help plan this wedding out.
Oh, yeah.
My goodness, you have so much on your plate.
I know. Actually, I feel pretty bad about that. But you know what? It's going to be different after this.
She's a very supportive fiance, it looks like, though. She's letting you do all of this. So
She's the best.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, she's the best, and I love her so freaking much.
Great.
Yeah.
So any last words before I know you have to get to a table.
I have to get to a bunch of tables.
Yes. Do you want to say anything else before we go, or?
Right now, thank you so much. If
Okay.
you guys are tuning in to here, catch more of Dicecast on Mondays and Wednesdays, and whenever they're free to stream. Aside from, and you guys can probably pitch that way better. I butchered it.
No,
But-
that's exactly how we say it.
Okay, awesome. Whenever you're free to stream. But other than that, if you guys ever want to try D&D, follow us on AAMNL. We have Twitter and Facebook, and also on Instagram, and you guys can catch us there.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. See you guys around.
Thank you, Lance. It's good to
Bye-bye.
hear your voice again.
Yeah, see you around.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Lance has been with Dicecast since the beginning. Take care. Good luck to all of your players, man.
Thanks, guys.
He's a bit of a hard-ass GM, so I hope his players are enjoying the games that he throws for them. But he's really good. He's a good GM.
Like Lance is literally called an Iron DM.
Yeah,
You know that?
I
Because
heard
he
that
ran
that's
a
his nickname.
24-hour. He once ran D&D for 24 hours.
Yes, he has.
So he is the Iron DM.
It's ridiculous. I don't know how that man can have such stamina, but I guess that's the benefit of youth. Not like a couple
Wait,
old farts like
How
us.
old is Lance?
Lance is younger than my brother.
No.
Yeah. Well, my brother's only 2 years younger than me, so that's not
still. What?
Yeah.
I thought Lance is our age.
No, he's younger. He was. It was either him or
Yeah.
or KL who were the youngest in our group.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, no, he's a young'un. That's why I can believe it when he has all this energy to run these events.
Yeah.
Ah, man, I miss being that youthfully exuberant.
What do you think are the iconic experiences that our new D&D players have gone through today? Like, do you think anyone, like someone out here among these like 15 or so tables, has gone through getting incapacitated and then being brought back by a party member?
Oh yeah, that has to have happened.
Yeah, that's like
And I can imagine there have also been a couple, clutch critical 20s, natural
Yeah.
20s. Also a few ill-timed natural ones, which are just as enjoyable
God.
because it's just funny.
yeah.
Something that I don't know if anyone here experienced yet, but would love to know if it happened, is to do something out of character, or not out of character, do something in character detrimental to the group that would have earned them inspiration.
Right. Like
To role play.
true role play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That would be great because as a GM, I like the role play style, but I never push my players to do it because it can be,
It's nice when it crops up.
yeah, it's nice when it crops up naturally, but it's
Yeah.
also, it's easy to get embarrassed when you try to role play.
Yeah.
So
I know.
even more so when you're doing it in front of strangers.
That's why my GMing style is I never act.
Yeah,
I never act.
Yeah.
It's one of I guess my weaknesses as a GM. But yeah, I can't do accents. I can't do
no, that's okay. It's
yeah.
not as important as people think. Accents help the players get into it more.
Right.
I think that's the biggest reason why you would do an accent. Second biggest is just show off, if you were the type. But yeah, you don't need to. I think what's more important is you make sure that the players have fun. And, from what I've seen so far, you've run Simba Room for me. You've run Blades in the Dark for me. You have yet to run D&D for me, I think.
That's
No, you did.
Oh, yeah, I did.
On
For
roll-
Downtime Dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Crystal
roll-
Maze dungeon.
The Maze Dungeon and on Tailspire for Neil Namoro's thing. For a little bit, anyway. You know how to give people a good time, which I think is the key, the key absolute. Oh my God, we get food.
Thank you.
Nika, come here. Come here. Our fairy. Our fucking stream fairy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anything you want to share? Any new developments? Like final numbers? Is there a final count of?
Maybe later.
All right.
Have food first.
We're gonna
You
eat
need
off
to
stream.
replenish your energy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And she is a sweetheart, I swear. I've had several run-ins. There I go again, saying run-ins. It sounds so bad. I had
Random
several
encounters.
random encounters where Nika was there, and she always lifts everyone's spirits. It's great. Adventures Anonymous is really lucky to have her and Lance and everyone involved.
Everyone involved.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Surprising to me was the news that Loeb, the whole character creation conveyor belt.
Yeah.
That's Loeb. I didn't know that. I thought
really?
that was. I thought it was AA. Everyone.
Ah.
But apparently, everyone's helping each other out.
Yes.
So that's pretty awesome.
They Lance was just saying it earlier while he was
Yeah.
here. They got extra hands from Loeb, from Greasy Snitches. It's just one big community push to get as many people into D&D as possible. And Lance was saying, yes, they might not have been the first here at AA to do a newbie-focused D&D event,
Right.
but this appears to, at least for now, be the biggest.
The biggest so far.
The biggest so far.
Yeah.
In October, apparently, there's an even bigger one with an expected 200 registrants, which is
For,
crazy.
Greasy Snitches over
Yeah,
in Solaire. supposedly.
Greasy Snitches at Solaire. I don't know if we can cover that. we can.
We don't have enough cameras,
No, we don't.
and there's just two of us.
And there's just two of us, and we're schmoes, honestly. Do I sell us short too much?
Sometimes.
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 Okay.
Honestly. Learn to
Um,
take a compliment, buddy.
That'll be my New Year's resolution, I
Yeah.
suppose, for 2020.
Man, I guess let's not let Nika's gracious gift go to waste. Let's hit the
Sure.
BRB screen. Let's get nourished.
You can go ahead and get nourished. I wanted to
Go around.
just take a look at the artist
dude,
table
yeah.
because there is a very prominent artist station here, artist alley here. There's at least 3 that I see who have been creating custom
Non-stop.
artwork nonstop
Yeah.
since the beginning. I mean, they're selling their off the rack wares, but
Yeah.
they have also been taking custom artwork commissions. So I'm just gonna share with our roaming camera. You can go ahead and eat and commentate a little bit if you want. I'll join you in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Switch the scene when you're ready.
I'm just gonna rest my voice because it's almost gone. How was it? How did it go?
So a lot of them are still drawing up to now. It's pretty crazy. I only
That
saw.
dude's taking a deserved break.
Yeah, a well-deserved break.
Yeah.
And speaking of, we should probably take one too. This will probably be our last break before we end the stream. Thank you guys so much
Thank you
for
so
watching.
much.
If you did, and if you didn't, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you also.
No, if even if you catch us on replay
Yep.
on VOD, we produce we produce
Weekly
content,
streams.
weekly
Yes.
streams about tabletop gaming in general, not just D&D,
Not just
other
D&D.
games as well. Like we're coming up with an actual play, Forbidden Lands.
That's him.
campaign.
Yeah, he's running it.
With speaking of community spirit, it'll feature players from sourced from around the different gaming communities,
Including
including
Greasy
the South,
Snitches.
including Greasy Snitches.
Do we have any confirmed
from
attendees
RPGC?
Oh, nice.
Like the people, the gamers and GMs, the people behind that Session Zero. So all around, and really, part of it is so that they can not only play together, but really promote their stuff. End of every episode, like it'll be a mini table talk.
Yeah,
update.
it'll be like Hot Ones, but you have to play the game first.
First, yeah.
Actually, that would be a pretty
First
cool
team
format.
play.
You know what? I'm gonna come up with a show format that's
All
like
right,
that.
all right.
Sure, that'll be fun. I think. But yeah, Mark is gonna run that. It'll be online via Saturdays,
Yeah.
every other Saturday.
Yep.
Starting October 7th.
Mid-October.
I know hard date
Yeah.
yet. We will make announcements. It'll be online over table talk, over virtual tabletop, Roll20, Discord, and what the heck is wrong with my mouth? This happens every stream. Goddamn. And yeah, so just wait for further announcements. Aside from that, we have weekly shows on Monday and Wednesday,
Yeah.
and sometimes other days when we feel like it.
When we can.
Monday is our news show. We talk about board game, RPG, and Dungeons and Dragons news throughout the week. And on Wednesdays, it's turned into whatever Wednesdays.
Yeah, whatever. Not
Whatever
Vigil
Wednesdays.
Whatever Wednesdays.
Yeah. So excuse us while we chow, and then we're going to walk you guys out of the event. It will go until 11 p.m., but we are only here until 6:30 or so.
Yeah.
So it's been good, guys. Catch you guys later. And if you do love the game, remember to love each other more. Bye for now. And BRB.
Like we always fight at these events. It's gonna ruin wars.
Yep. It's kind of crazy. Hello, everyone. We're going to restart the stream for a little bit. I mean, not restart, but get back on stream for a little bit while Mark is eating. Don't mind him. To cover a little bit of the raffle draw. So I'm going to ask on my end, I'm going to ask how that's being done because we honestly have no clue. And then we're just going to show the name being drawn and Lance trying to look for the dude or dudette who won. All right, see you in a bit. Mark, you know what to do when I turn on the thing. Go ahead and switch the scene. I think they already drew.
Go, go, go.
All right. So yeah, that was it. There's another raffle draw at 11, but we're not going to be here. I think now is as good a time as any to close off the rest of the stream. Maybe, do you want to see some of the tables? I'll just go around, or nah?
Yeah, next to the tables.
All right, yeah, sure. I'll do it while you're eating. You can commentate if you like. Here you go. Handle that shit. Super casual.
It's always a good sign, when people are standing up. Oh, this means, shit's about to go down. And there's lots of people standing up in that, a couple of tables.
What's up?
You know who was DMing that table?
Paul.
Huh?
Paul, right?
No, the guy in the blue shirt. Oh, who? Wilson Tortosa.
Who?
Wilson Tortosa.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a Marvel comic book artist.
Oh. Well, good that you were able to recognize him on our dingy little phone camera.
I met him at session 0.
Oh, wow. Okay. You want to close it off?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's close on the stream.
So, thank you everyone for watching, and please forgive us while we end the stream earlier than this event does to recuperate our sore throats and regain our lost voices.
Yep. It's been a pleasure though.
It
This
has.
is a pretty good day. Good day to
Oh,
stream. A very worthy event, for people to pay attention to.
Yep.
And if there are future streams of this, to possibly join.
Absolutely. And just to toot our own horns a little bit, I think we're getting a lot better at event coverage. This is only our 4th. And so far, even given the few technical difficulties that we had earlier, this was our smoothest one so far. And I think I had a lot of fun. I can't speak for Mark, but I had a lot of fun doing this one. We got to talk with a lot of creators and sponsors and partners who were involved with the event. And that's the way I like it. Honestly, I love hearing about and hearing and discussing with the people who make events like this and communities like this worth being a part of. Yes, we could have streamed the game. We could have streamed the table. We could have sat down a camera to just stare at a map and potentially commentate over what's been happening on the game. But the way that I like to stream is to put a focus on the actual individuals who are making things like this happen and possible in the first place. So if ever we do event coverage again in the future, which I'm sure we will, it will probably be more along the lines of something like today's stream, where we just, chill out, we relax, we hang back and chat with the people.
Invite some people over, yeah.
Invite some people over.
See what they're about.
Yep. And who knows? If you guys want to see game streams, though, like actual play of events, we can take
Like
that
we
into
did
consideration.
that with Turn Undead, and
We did that with Turn Undead.
like actually featuring the tables.
Yep, we did
No?
that before.
Yeah.
Those were how we started. But I think we've pivoted into a place that give Mark and myself a little bit more fulfillment to cover.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining if you did. Thank you for considering if you didn't. And if you're catching us on VOD, well, you'll be seeing a lot more of us in the future. So thank you to Adventures Anonymous. Thank you to Fully Booked. There are also some ancillary sponsors who we don't have up here on the logos on the left and right.
Coca-Cola.
Like,
Coca-Cola.
like Coca-Cola, who provided mana potions and health potions. The League of Extraordinary Best Friends, the Greasy Snitches, who both sent
Help out.
personnel to help Adventurers Anonymous run the event today. They need so many people.
All hands on
All
deck.
hands on deck. Thank you to Hey Meepling, to Daisuke, to am I missing anyone? To Marielle and Nika and Lance, who all of which came over to talk about either the shops that they're running here or just status updates about the event. It's been really great having you guys on board.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything?
Nah, I think I'm good. I'm good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I'll see you guys around.
See you guys around. Love the game. Love each other more. Ciao.
See ya. Oh, you know the irony?
Yeah.
Santiago is Manassas state on Swing for the longest time.